The following is a presentation of Ad Astra Radio, leading the way in local sports coverage. Stay tuned for Buhler Crusader football on 95.9 HKFM. Stream live audio and video of Crusader football on the free Ad Astra Radio app. Coming up, we'll count down to kickoff on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine in Hutchinson, Kansas. We take pride in supporting our community and our student athletes. Hi, I'm the General Manager, Don Glassby. We want to wish our area teams a fun and memorable season. A great person once said, victory is in quality of competition and not the final score. Visit online AllenSamuelsHutch.com and follow us on Facebook for weekly giveaways and special events. And as Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends.
Crusader football on HKFM.
And sacrifice. And we thank them for joining
Well, a
us
pleasant
tonight.
good evening, everybody. And welcome to week number 3 of Crusader football. It's number 3 in Class 4A, the Buhler Crusaders. Number 3 in Class 5A, the Great Bend Panthers, here tonight on Pink Out Night at Crusader Stadium here in Buhler. Hi, and welcome inside the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Aaron West alongside Chris Shank, Matt Atherton down on the field tonight for Buhler and Great Bend. And what should be a fantastic matchup here in week number 3. Last week, the Crusaders with a 37-12 win over Augusta. They beat the Orioles for the 17th consecutive time. Put up 439 total yards of offense, 322 on the ground, a career-high 283 for Ben Klaus on 35 carries in that game. And, boy, finally, really, Christopher got that running game churning in the second half.
Yeah, big running night for the Crusaders. And, Ben Klaus continuing to progress as a runner. And this O-line just continuing to gel really helped get Buhler going in that second half.
Quarterback Asher Zachary, 6 of 12, 177 yards, touchdown, 1 INT. Matthew, I still feel like with just 2 starts under his belt, still growing as a quarterback, and another big opportunity here for him to progress tonight against a very good defense.
Yeah, a team that can do a lot, that can really pressure him, going to be really important for Asher's continued development, that he not get too worried and be able to step up into the pocket and throw with Panther defenders around his feet.
Of course, that Crusader defense, they hold Augusta to 35 yards, forced 3 turnovers, and they've been doing a great job of takeaways in 2 weeks. They're going to have to do some of that again tonight, led by Jacob Miller. We'll talk a lot about him on Premer. Max Harmony at linebacker is another guy, Chris, who's been really good early. 17 tackles last week to lead the team. Yeah,
Harmony's a guy that just has a nose for the football, and all the time throughout a game you're calling his name because just does such a good job of closing the gap and finishing off tackles.
Of course, the change on the offensive line last week with the injury to Landon Simon. Colby McCarty takes over at center. Got a little time last year at junior, but just at 210, and so like he will tonight against a big nose guard for Great Bend, he's going to be giving up a little bit of size.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that you're seeing some big fellas. That nose guard they've got across the way, almost 270 pounds, big kid. So we'll see how Colby can handle it this evening.
Matthew, we've talked a lot about these young sophomores who have been thrown into action this year for the Crusaders. It's kind of an unusual thing here in Buhler to have multiple sophomore starters on the field. They've had to grow up to the varsity level in a hurry, and again, we talk about a good team tonight, another big test for them.
Yeah, really the sophomores kind of shine, especially in the secondary. It'll be really interesting to see how that goes tonight. Every one of those guys has given up a lot of size to the number 1 receiving threat for Great Bend, Ian Premer. So going to be really kind of a fun chess match to watch Coach move those guys around and try to find them spots where they can shine against a really potent offense.
Hey, I've been the small guy my whole life, so us little guys, we know how to get down and get things done. Play dirty when nobody's looking. Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things. If you don't have size, the way you match a bigger guy is physicality. And anybody that's played post in basketball, if you're a smaller post, the only way you have a puncher's chance is to move the big guy. Big guys don't like to get shoved underneath, and so it's really going to be important for Buhler to just try to make Ian Premer uncomfortable, because if the big guy can just move around freely, they're going to have a field day, as they did last year. So hopefully the Crusaders can just match him with physicality. I know Jacob Miller is licking his chops. He's one of the guys that's going to have a big hand in trying to slow Premer down tonight. And you guys know Jacob Miller is not somebody that's afraid of mixing it up physically with somebody.
No, that's why Coach Coase has had such success with those smaller two-techs. Big guys don't like having to deal with those little guys flying around all over the place.
Yeah, because you think about it, as a defender, as an offensive guy, you want space, period, in the football game, other than being an O-lineman. As a defensive guy, you want, you want to make sure that you can get there, and those quick guys on the D-line always do such a good job of just getting free and getting to the football.
I'm sure we're going to talk about it moving on into the next section, but I think it's going to be really interesting to see, and we've talked about Jacob already, what they do with the combination between Jacob and a safety over the top. I would imagine there'll be a lot of physical contact up close and then bracketed coverage over the top.
Well, this will be game number 13 in the series with Buhler and Great Bend tonight. Most of those matchups came in Buhler's years in the 90s as a Class 5A team. 6-6 this series, even all time. Great Bend won last year 43-28. Series goes back to 1991. And 1-2 in the Warner era. Last win against the Panthers in 2023 was 20-13. Great Bend has won 2 of the last 3 matchups. Buhler and Great Bend on a beautiful Friday for high school football. Our coverage of Crusader football brought to you in part by Schmidt Electric, by Idea Tech, Hag 360 Insurance, by Newfeld's Flooring, and by Daylight Donuts. We're back with more of our Midway Motors Drive to the Game right after this.
You're on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game on HKFM. Midway Motors, for every mile of life. Aaron West and Chris Shank bring you Crusader football Friday nights at 6:30 on HKFM.
Hi, this is Jen Stallman with the Buhler Booster Club. The Booster Club supports all student activities and athletics at Buhler High School. Be sure to follow the Crusader Closet and Booster Club on Facebook for events and new Crusader apparel arrivals. We are excited to be able to accept credit card payments at our concession stands this year. Buhler Booster Club is grateful for the continued support from our generous donors.
Hi, it's Aaron West, voice of the Crusaders. At Astro Radio is a proud Buhler Booster Club member.
Ocelots, eagles, and otters, oh my! Come see all the animals at the Hutchinson Zoo. Ride the train, visit the gift shop, or even have your birthday party at the Hutchinson Zoo. The zoo creates experiences for children and families to learn, engage, and conserve the natural world. Plan your visit today by checking us out at hutchinsonzoo.org. And follow Hutchinson Zoo on social media.
Looking for something to do? Check out the Hutchinson Zoo.
Each and every day, WIFCO Steel products are trusted to provide access and infrastructure for a wide range of purposes. For more info on what WIFCO can do for you, go to wifcosp.com. WIFCO Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
At Mid-Kansas Credit Union, we live by our motto, grounded in the past, growing for the future. We are a full-service credit union with offices in Mound Ridge and Buhler. Mid-Kansas Credit Union would like to wish all the athletes the best of luck as they compete this season.
Hi, I'm Daryl Miller, and whether you are a small business just starting out or an established company looking to grow and expand, you need a partner who understands your current and future business goals. At First National Bank, we make all of our loan decisions locally, and our commercial bankers have the knowledge and resources to find the right loan for your business. First National Bank of Hutchinson, always first for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Crusader football on HKFM.
And back here on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game from Crusader Stadium are this day in Crusader history. September the 19th of 2008, a 39-14 win at Augusta. Defensive back Josh Madden had 2 INTs in that game. He finished the season with 5. Madden at quarterback also third all-time in career passing yards for the Crusaders. Went on to play as a senior in the 2009 Shrine Bowl, that 2008 Buhler team went 9-3, lost to Topeka Hayden in the 4A quarterfinals. By the way, note last week was win number 500 all time for the program. Can either of you tell me the year and the opponent, the first recorded win, without cheating and looking at the records there, Christopher?
I'm going to guess 1916 just because I saw that, but maybe we didn't win a game back in 1916.
Well, the first recorded game with with an opponent is 1917.
Okay.
Against the Pretty Gray Bulldogs.
Okay, there we go.
500 last week. The Great Bend Panthers come in at 2-0 out of the Western Athletic Conference. They beat Olathe South last week 40-21 and beat McPherson in their season opener 42-7. 9-1 last year, most wins since 2016. Under head coach Aaron Beck in the last 10 years, they've averaged about 6 wins a season. Offensively, they've got weapons all over the field. It starts with quarterback Daxton Minton. Talk about the talent, whether it's Premer or Omocht at wide receiver, but those receivers are only as good as the guy throwing the ball to them, and he does a really good job of getting rid of the ball quickly.
Yes, if you remember, because Buhler traditionally wants to get heat on the quarterback, and that's one of the ways that we improve our pass defense is just with that relentless pass rush. But, yeah, Minton does such a good job of getting out quick. And you could have an all-world receiver, but if the quarterback can't get him the ball in space, he's not going to be very successful. So Minton, a very important guy to the success of this Great Bend squad over the last couple of years.
Great Bend has been 63% run, 37% pass in the first 2 weeks. Matthews, we look at ones to watch tonight in our Act 360 ones to watch. Contact agents Darren Eddy and Cody Moores in Inman, partners in your legacy. Look at offensive matchups versus our defense. We've already talked about Jacob Miller. I'd like to focus, too, a little bit on Mike linebacker Asher McConaughey. His job tonight is to keep track of Daxton Minton, who will run the football some, maybe 5 to 10 times. Like I said, he likes to get rid of it quickly. They like a lot of short stuff, middle of the field, so whether it's a safety coming up with those linebackers, they got to be ready for that stuff.
Yeah, and I think Asher's job becomes even more important because Jacob is going to follow Premer all around, which means there's not that help there that there has been normally. And Asher has no trouble stepping up to that. I'm confident as he has continued to develop. He's gotten bigger, he's gotten stronger. Certainly going to be a tough task inside the middle. Really, if he can be gap sound and not just let Minton escape, if they can try to force him to stay in the pocket, it gives the back end of the defense a better shot.
Defensively, Chris, they run a 3-3-5. It's a spread defense, really designed to disguise where the pressure from play to play is coming from.
Yeah, you don't see three-man fronts very often in high school football. The kind of gold standard is typically a four-man front, so that three-man front, they have that set up because they're going to walk linebackers up on the edges, and so as a tight end or a tackle this week, if you're the last man on line of scrimmage, you're going to have to really be smart this week because pressure is going to come from different spaces this evening.
Well, it should be a great matchup tonight. Buhler and Great Bend coming up about 15 minutes away from kickoff here from Crusaders Stadium. And we'll come back after this. Thoughts from head coach Steve Warner. You're listening to the Midway Motors Drive to the Game on HKFM.
We've got more of the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Later in the show, we'll hear from head coach Steve Warner, and Chris Shank gives us his 3 keys to victory. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Hi, this is Lucas Sawyer, Market President with Community National Bank and Trust. Community National is a Kansas-based bank focused on our customers and growing the communities we call home. With over $2 billion in assets, 40 locations, CNB&T has the resources and technology to make your banking even more convenient than before. Stop by one of our banking centers in Stafford, Buhler, Inman, or Hutchinson today, or check out mybankcnb.com. Member FDIC, Community National Bank and Trust, your community bank.
Recovery is personal. Our support meets you where you are. At Horizons Mental Health Center, our licensed outpatient substance use treatment team offers counseling, group therapy, medication-assisted treatment, and more options for in-person and telehealth services. Want to explore harm reduction or build a new path forward? We're here to support you. Call 663-7595 and ask for our substance use treatment team today.
Well, back here on our Midway Motors drive to the game, time for pregame thoughts from head coach Steve Warner. Coach, another opportunity for your young men to prove themselves tonight against a very good opponent.
Very good team. There's no doubt about it. We have a lot of confidence. We know our kids are going to play hard, and we're going to do everything we possibly can to keep that ball in our hands and keep it out of their hands. And then we've got when they do have the ball, we're going to have to be assignment sound with our D-backs, make sure that we know our blitzes and run to the football like we always do. And we know what we got our work cut out for us, but we've won games before where we were underdogs. We can start talking about it from all the way to the game one that we won 20 years ago when we beat Wellington. We were underdogs big time, and we came back and we beat them in that game. And we've done it off and on throughout my career here. So I know our kids will play hard, and we have to do a good job coaching and getting them ready and having a good game plan and not making a mistake like I actually did last week on a formation. But we've got to do things right also as coaches.
Absolutely. Felt like you found some things from last week in the second half versus Augusta with your offense.
Well, I felt like we really improved from week 1 to week 2, like we always talk about. A lot of my teams do that, and most teams do, but we seem to all the time, and I felt like we did. Our offensive line really came together. We had a few blown blocking assignments, which you don't like, but as far as the physicality, getting off the ball and getting movement on the line, I felt like was a huge improvement. Our steps are better. We've worked on it all week. Also, just trying to improve steps for offensive linemen all the time, because it's so very important when you play a good team that you have good fundamentals.
We had Logan on our coaches show Monday really bragging about the effort of that group, and in particular Colby, who's kind of thrown into the Lions' den last week against a very good defensive lineman and really played his tail off.
Well, he really did. And then there were some times when we missed blown blocking assignments that could have helped him out, but he did. He played with a lot of heart and a lot of fight. And he's about 5'7" and 195, 200 pounds, so he's undersized, but he plays hard, and that's the way all of our linemen are playing. And Jax Pratt had an amazing game. Hopefully, he does that again tonight, that we get after it, and he has to be very physical. Jacob Miller had a good game, so we need those kids all to play well and handle the adversity like we've been doing. If we get down, let's just play harder. And, we say it all the time, but if something bad happens, make something good happen, and let's do it with the offense keeping the ball and having long, sustained drives.
To be successful, important to be able to have those nice long drives, run the football tonight.
We have to run the football. That's when we're at our best. Really, I think I've always said it for a long time. If we have to throw over 20 times a game, then that usually means we're in trouble. We would love to throw 15 to 18 times, have 150 yards passing. That wouldn't bother me a bit. But we've got to be able to move the ball. Number one, because that's our best defense. Keeping them on the sideline, pounding the football. We've got Max, Asher McConaughey, and obviously Ben that can run very well. So we have the tailback and the fullbacks that can run. And then we've got a line I feel like we can move the football.
They bring back a lot of talent from a 9-win team last year on offense, starting with their quarterback, and then he's got several really good receivers that he likes to throw to.
He really does, and they do a good job of moving Bremer around, so you never know where he's going to be, but the quarterback's outstanding. He's a great athlete, throws very well. We're going to have to get him on the run, pressure him, and get to him and get some sacks. And I know we can do that with the kids that we have and the way they're playing physical. And then defensive back-wise, we've got to be assignment sound, stay in our zones, do the right things, because we change from zone to man all the time. And it's something we've got to be able to do because we don't want them just to be able to sit back and pick us apart. We kind of started that philosophy about 3 years ago, that we need to start changing more how we do our D-backs. And we're doing a great job of that. Coach Coles and Coach Gray do a great job with that. And then our kids just have to be assignment sound with it.
You've got some athleticism, some speed in that defensive secondary, but experience-wise still growing up a little bit back there.
We do have to grow up, and we're young but very athletic.
They've shown some ability.
They've definitely shown some ability. I mean, every single one of them have. I mean, they've all made great plays, and they've all made mistakes, but they keep battling, and we want to minimize the mistakes and don't give up the big play. That's another big key when you have a game like this. Don't give up the big play.
That's kind of what it all boils down to when you're playing a good opponent, is minimizing those mistakes. You can't give them extra opportunities.
Right, and that's happened to them quite often. The two games that we have, McPherson had a pick six that they threw. They had a fumble, a scoop and score inside the 10. They went 90 yards on a recovery. They snapped the ball over their punter's head. I mean, McPherson just kind of fell apart, and you do that against a good team, and it's going to be a long night.
Fans might notice a little pink on the kids tonight. It's a pink out night, and just supporting those folks out there who might be, in particular, battling breast cancer.
Yes, and any kind of cancer, too, I think is what they've kind of said. But, yes, we're supporting it, and we have a lot of prayers for anyone with cancer, and we want to keep battling that. And hopefully, eventually, someday, the cancer gets taken care of.
Well, we're looking forward to a good game tonight. Appreciate it, and we'll talk to you afterwards.
Thank you.
That's our pregame chat with head coach Steve Warner, and we're back with more right after this.
Hello, fans. Monty Cross with HCU Investment and Insurance Services, and as an alumni of Buhler, I am proud to sponsor Crusader Sports. HCU Investment and Insurance Services is located inside Heartland Credit Union at 23rd and Severance in Hutchison. Call me today at 620-669-0177 or 800-428-8472. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Insurance products offered through LPL Financial or its licensed affiliates.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, a full night of football across the league tonight, including here Great Bend at Buhler, elsewhere Andover Central at Arc City, Winfield at Augusta, Wellington at Clearwater, Collegiate at El Dorado. Chanute at McPherson is an intriguing matchup. Chanute ranked 5th in the state coming into this week at 2-0. Andale at Rose Hill and Circle at Mulvane. Across the Ad-Astra Sports Network tonight, Haven at Smoky Valley, Chanute at McPherson, Heston at Hillsboro, Hutch Trinity at Remington, Lions at Republic County, Inman at Sterling, and Andale at Rose Hill. We'll update you on scores throughout the broadcast at our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. And, of course, you can listen to live streaming of all of our games on the free Ad-Astra Radio app powered by Nextech Wireless. Well, Matthew, our kickoff conditions tonight have provided a little cloud cover for you there, bud. You're welcome.
Yeah, that storm coming in from the northwest. You'll have to forgive me. It is loud down here with the bikes going by. That storm coming in from the northwest. The last time I looked at the radar, it looked like it was going to try to scoot around us to the north, but they've certainly put us in a watch. There's really no breeze on the field to speak of. It's a beautiful night for a little bit of football.
All right, looking forward to it. We'll get set with the coin toss and the kickoff. Coming up next, it is Pink Out Night here at Crusader Stadium tonight. In particular, the fight against breast cancer, but really all forms of cancer as we unite together to support those who are battling a very difficult disease. We'll take a timeout, final break, come back, get you set for Crusader football here on HKFM. This is the Midway Motors Drive to the Game.
We're just minutes away from tonight's kickoff. Just ahead on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game, Chris gives us his 3 keys to victory. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
At Pleasant View Home, you are in control. Our memory care unit offers completely resident-directed care in a safe, secure, home-like environment with 24/7 staffing, private rooms and baths, and a secure outdoor courtyard. Every detail is designed for comfort and dignity. A dedicated activity director ensures every day is full of life, engagement, and purpose. Our staff are specially trained in Alzheimer's and dementia care because every person matters at Pleasant View Home.
Hi, I'm Michael Clayman from Bank of the Plains in Hutch. We were established in 1906 on the Kansas Plains, and we continue to making our decisions based on what's best for small-town Kansas communities. We're a full-service community bank with traditional banking services you value and the digital capabilities you need to keep pace in today's world. We'd like to visit with you in person, so please come over to 517 East 30th and Hutch to learn more about how we are making banking simple. Equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Back here at Crusader Stadium, the Crusaders in their home black uniforms, black tops, black pants tonight with the white numerals. Pink armbands for Pink Out Night and the black helmets with the Crusader logos. Great Bend Panthers all white tonight, white pants, white tops with their black numerals and black and red helmets. And just like tonight's team signing, the cleaners can help you look like a winner. It's where to take your clothes. Coverage of Crusader football brought to you in part by Inman Funeral Home, by Lyle Gertzen with Align Realty, Isaacson Insurance Agency, by the Buhler Booster Club, and by Wifco Steel Products. We, of course, will no doubtably be talking about Ian Premer tonight, the talented tight end and defensive back. He had 5 catches for 167 yards. He had over half of their offense last year and 5 touchdowns, and has decided to go to Notre Dame.
Yeah, he's a special player, and you don't see that level of Power 5 player come out, especially with the full ride, very often in this part of the world. But that young man has earned the opportunity to get to play at one of the most storied programs in all of the country.
Well, we so rarely get the opportunity to see Division I athletes play on this field, and it's been a long time since we've had one.
Yeah, I mean, we were going back to Alex Delton, who was quarterback at Hayes, was maybe one of the last ones.
Yeah.
Wesley Fair, that plays at K-State for collegiate, played here as well.
It's been 2014, I think.
Yep.
So, all right, co-captains for both teams meeting at midfield. And we'll send you downstairs to the 50. Matthew with tonight's instructions from our white hat and the opening coin toss.
The logo's heads, that's tails. Heads and tails. Great Ben, you're the visiting team. What's your call? Tails. The call's tails. It's heads. Buhler, you've won the toss. You want to defer? You want to receive? Which way you want to kick? Put your backs that way.
All right, guys, so Buhler wins the toss. They defer to the second half. As has been the case the last couple of weeks, they will kick to the north.
All right, well, let's hit them hard early. Christopher, some keys to the game.
All right, I think number 3, turning Minton over. Daxton Minton has not thrown an interception this year so far. Buhler's picked off the opponent quarterbacks 5 times this year, so let's see if we can turn Minton over. I think number 2, establishing the run. Coach Warner talked about it in the pregame. We've got to keep this explosive Great Bend offense off the field. They're averaging 41 points a game. The better Buhler runs the football, the better our defense is going to play. And then I think number 1, you got to prevent prime time. We talked about it, how Ian Premer last year had 5 catches for 5 touchdowns against Buhler. Jacob Miller is going to have to try to match him size and physically. But the good thing about Jacob Miller, he's led the team in tackles last week with 14, had a force funnel. He's going to have a big night tonight. Let's hope Jacob Miller can help slow down Ian Premer along with the rest of the secondary.
And our Heartland Wealth Strategies starting lineups located inside Heartland Credit Union, 29th and Main in Hutch. Coach Cole's 4-3 Buhler defense, holding opponents under 100 rushing yards a game. That's pretty typical. Up front, the ends, Lane Burkhart and Jack Spratt. The tackles, Jacob Burklow and Noah Hayes. And linebacker, Asher McConaughey, the Mike. The other 2, Jacob Miller and Max Harmony on the outside. Safeties, Garrett Gleason and Dylan Skripsik. And the corners, Landon Martinez and McCade Zachary. Daxton Minton, the talented Great Bend quarterback. 16 of 26, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns on the year. He's also rushed for 109 yards. Cooper Omocht, Jacob Hall, Hayden Kelly, Ian Premer among his talented receivers. And senior Connor Holliday, the starting tailback. 29 carries, 229 yards on the season. Great Bend's line, the tackles, Trenton Kern and Keaton Bray. Jace Dinas and Brady Mendez, the guards, and Carter Brown is the senior center. So Great Bend will possess the ball first. Nathan Wiles will set to kick from the 40 toward the north end zone here on a perfect night for football. Great crowd, and hope you enjoy the game. This is coverage of Crusader football on KWHK. Hutchinson Wells squibs it, and it'll be taken short at the 20. Picked up by the speedy Cooper Omocht, and he'll be brought down by McCade Zachary near the 32. Something of note there, Coach said this week, because of some of the difficulty they've had in special teams stopping returns, we're going to have to use some of our starters on special teams.
Yeah, and that time, McCade doing a great job making the special teams tackle, and Coach Warner electing to squib it that time to try to avoid a big return for Great Bend.
So Great Bend will start with possession from their own 33-yard line, 1st and 10. And it'll be Minton out of the shotgun with Omocht in motion. Left to right, Minton over the middle. Fires incomplete, step for step. The intended target over the middle was Hayden Kelly, and the Buhler DB right there, step for step.
Great defense that time by Landon Martinez, going step for step and shutting him down.
So they want to throw right away. A lot of what you'll see from this Great Bend offense tonight is motion all over the place, constantly moving guys into different spots, trying to confuse Buhler's 4-3 defense. It's all about being assignment sound. I've heard Coach Cole say that 1,000 times. Here is Minton out of the gun. Holiday to his right, 3 receivers to the right, wants to pass on 2nd down and 10. Now he'll take off with it and is tackled after a short gain over the middle near the 36-yard line.
Great play made in space that time by Noah Hayes as he ran him down. Minton is a guy that if he escapes the pocket, he can be dangerous. Good job of Buhler collapsing around him and holding him to just a short gain.
And what you saw right there is he wants to get rid of the ball very quickly. If he goes through his reads, doesn't have what he wants, he will take off.
Yep, tuck and run and try to get what he can get. Buhler with a big 3rd down. Let's see if they can force a 3 and out.
All right, 3rd down from the 36-yard line. The first down stick is up at the 43. Omacht goes in motion, empty backfield set, and a screen play over the middle to Holiday, and it's going to be complete, but a loss of yardage back to the 35. Holiday goes backwards by a yard on the screen pass. That's what you call being assignment sound. Linebackers in the middle doing their job. It'll be 4th down.
And a great athletic play. Noah Hayes, the defensive tackle, he was on a stunt that time, and he was able to run down the screen pass from behind. Great start for Buhler, forcing a 3 and out on Great Bend's first possession of the evening.
Well, Great Bend doesn't punt a ton, but going Ribordi will punt here. It's going to be fair caught by Landon Martinez near the 35-yard line. Well, the key obviously for this Buhler offense tonight, they have to be able to run the football.
Yes, the better Buhler runs the ball, the better our defense is going to be. It chews clock and helps give us time defensively to rest. So let's see if Buhler can establish the run here early in this first quarter.
No score, 10:30 to go, first quarter. Buhler will have the football from their own 34-yard line, going left to right. And they'll line up in that patented I formation with tight end Jacob Miller at a wing to the right side. They're going to put Jacob in motion. Asher Zachary under center. Here's Ben Klaus off tackle to the right. And he'll be hit immediately and drop for no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, great pressure that time. Outside linebacker Cale Kern in on the stop for Great Bend. Virtually no gain that time on 1st down for Buhler.
The Kern brothers at linebacker, they have a Buhler tie.
Yes.
Kyle and Sierra Mitchell-Stetter, that's their nephews.
Yes, yes. So some Buhler folk that might be sitting on the Great Bend side tonight. But, yeah, let's see if who wins the better tonight, if it's the Kerns or Buhler.
They go with 2 wings this time and hand it off. It is Klaus running left on 2nd down and 10 and forward across the 35 and up to the 37. Early big 3rd down for the Crusaders.
Yep, Great Bend's trying to force Buhler into a 3 and out situation here. So Buhler with that 3rd and 7. Let's see if the Crusaders can convert. So far the first 2 plays have been handoffs to Ben Klaus. Don't be surprised if Buhler doesn't go a little play action here.
Klaus had a career-high 283 yards and 4 touchdowns last week, averaging 7.4 yards a carry. Out of the eye, single receivers either side. And it is a play action. And Asher hit as he throws, and it's almost picked off. Almost intercepted by Jackson Wandra. He couldn't hold on as he went to the turf. Under duress as Great Bend brought some pressure. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, that time, I mean, Asher Zachary was lucky to get away. Connor Holiday was wrapping him up as he let go of the football. So both teams, nobody able to break out of this deadlock as both teams go 3 and out on their first possession.
That'll bring Dylan Skripsuk on to punt near his own 25. He'll get it away. And a short kick out of bounds near midfield. Yeah, when you kick it to your teammate on your own sideline, I think the kicker caught that. Nathan Wells caught the ball. That's not what you're looking for.
Yep, and Buhler with kind of a favorable spot that time because, I mean, it looked like it went out of bounds a lot earlier than that, but we will take every yard we can get in dealing with this explosive Great Bend offense.
Well, I don't think Wells moved a step. I mean, he went right to it. And Great Bend's going to have good field position here with 9:07 to go in the quarter. Near midfield, they'll be at their own 47. Coverage of Crusader football brought to you by NF Insurance, by Community National Bank and Trust, by Pleasant View Home, by Hutchinson Zoo, and by Scooters Coffee. Nothing here in this top 5 4A 5A matchup tonight from Crusader Stadium. And Minton out of the gun. Holiday to his left. 3 receivers to the right on 1st and 10. Minton has not yet completed a pass down the field to one of those talented wide receivers. He's going to tuck and run here. Now throwing upfield, finds Omocht on the far sideline. Omocht, who did not have a catch against Buhler last year in that matchup, and zing down the field, a big catch across the 30 and all the way up to the 27-yard line, a gain of 20.
Well, Daxton Minton has such escapability. He was able to roll to his right outside of the pocket, and he kept the play alive by just scrambling. The tough thing as a defender, when the quarterback is rolling and you have to defend that long, it allows receivers to kind of break off routes, and it's exactly what they were able to do that time on the pitch and catch.
Actually ends up being a gain of 26. At the Buhler 27, the far side hash mark. Great Bend going right to left, trips to the left. Minton works out of that shotgun, takes a high snap. It's a quarterback draw up the middle and gets across the 25 and up to the 23-yard line, so about 4 yards on 1st down.
Asher McConaughey in on the stop for Buhler that time as Minton just basically took the shotgun snap and just tucked and ran, and a decent pickup for Great Bend there on 1st down.
Boy, so disciplined in what they want to do offensively. You can see when an offense uses a lot of time, and Great Bend does not. They want whatever they're going to execute, they want to do it very quickly.
Yeah, and Minton, a very good decision maker as a QB.
2nd and 5 after that gain. Clock will run inside 8 minutes to go with no score in the first quarter. They remain with trips left. They'll throw it to Omocht here in the flat near side across the 20. He's going to be drugged down maybe a yard shy of a 1st down. Possibly looking at a 3rd and 1 here. Brought down at the 18, needed the 17-yard line for a 1st down. 2nd catch of the night by Cooper Omocht.
Yeah, Jacob Miller and Jackson Pratt in on the stop for Buhler. A little slip screen that time. They had trips to the near side. Good ball delivery by Minton and good blocking downfield by their wideouts.
They're going to line 2 backs up in the backfield with Minton out of the gun. Holiday is back there. He'll get the ball and is going to be drugged down. Stopped very close to a 1st down. Is this going to be close enough to measure? No, they say move the chains.
Yeah, it's a pretty good spot.
The official on the far side, no hesitation. I thought it was going to be close, but I guess not close enough. First carry of the night for Connor Holiday, and gets the 1st down on the left side. He'll stay in there at tailback to the right of his quarterback, the senior Daxton Minton. 4 wide receiver set. Premer one-on-one against Jacob Miller here on the left side. And a fake, a counter play to the right, and Minton is going to be wrapped up for a loss. Negative play for the Great Bend offense as Minton is driving back to the 19-yard line.
I think that's the first negative play the Great Bend's had tonight, potentially offensively. Good job by the Black Knight defense just swarming him.
Minton has the freedom in that counter, Chris, to decide whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And chose to keep it that time, and it ended up in a 2-yard loss.
So let's see, Buhler's got him off schedule. Let's see if we can keep him off schedule.
2nd and long here. Again, Premer one-on-one against Miller to the left. They sing it over the middle. Shy of the 1st down. It's caught at the 11-yard line. That is Omocht again. And so a steady diet of Cooper Omocht here in the early going. Here's another big 3rd down.
Yeah, Omocht just found a little hole in the zone and just kind of camped out there. Minton zung it in there, and so they've got 3rd and probably in 4-down territory, so Buhler's defense is going to have to hold strong for 2 downs here.
Omocht, junior O-H-N-M-A-C-H-T. The N is silent. Came in with just 4 catches on the season, and I believe that's already his 3rd tonight. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Minton stays out of the gun. 5:50 to go in the quarter. High snap taken. Minton rolls to his right. Throws. Caught by Premer. And he'll be gang tackled. He's got the 1st down inside the 5. Boy, as soon as Premer touched the football, he had an army of Crusaders around him. And brought down at the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, good job dropping Premer after the catch. But, man, he's got some strength as it took about 4 or 5 guys to get him on the turf.
1st and goal.
Well, he's listed at 6'6", 230 pounds, and probably very little of that is fat.
Yes. No, sometimes the 6'6", 6'5" kids are maybe kind of lanky and weak. Premer not lanky and a lot of strength. And something the coach was telling me earlier in the week, they really were impressed at how well he blocks downfield.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line. And they'll hand it off. This is Holiday. He's going to go into the end zone untouched. Touchdown, Great Bend. So Great Bend strikes first on a 4-yard touchdown run by Holiday, the senior tailback. And the Panthers go up here 6-0.
Yeah, that time they just went around the left end. Buhler had Premer was wide out over here on the near side, really drawing some attention. And that time able to just seal the edge and get their back to the edge.
They'll set up for the extra point. And the kick is up. This is Christian Alcala who kicks it through. And 7-0 our score. 5:08 to play in the first. Great Bend on top first here tonight in this top 5 matchup from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
At Midway Motors, we are here for you for every mile of life. Whether you're shopping for a new or used vehicle or selling one, Midway Motors will buy your vehicle even if you're not in the market to buy one of ours. Just stop by one of our 5 locations and one of our appraisers will evaluate your vehicle and you can leave with a check the same day. It's fast and easy. Visit MidwayMotors.com for more information. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
From the first heartbeat to breathing easier and life-changing triumphs, healing every step of the way, strengthening your future with advanced imaging and labs for precise answers, and compassionate care every step of the way, because every moment of health matters. Hutchinson Regional Medical Center, caring for every chapter of your life.
HKFM.
Here's the kickoff by Great Bend. It's going to be taken short at the 20. And a return up the middle to the 35-40. Across the 45-yard line. Nice return by Max Harmony. And that'll set up great field position for the Crusaders at their own 46-yard line.
Well, if you remember clear back week 1 down at Mole Vegas, Max Harmony had that big giant run where he almost scored but didn't quite. Harmony's the guy. He is such a straight ahead runner. If he gets free, he can do some damage. Great return there for Harmony to get Buhler going here.
Well, what did Buhler learn offensively in that first series that they can employ here? Unable to move the football on their first drive of the night, but trailing 7-0. Out of the I formation, right side hash mark going left to right. And they will hand it off to Klaus, the tailback, going to the left side. And nothing there. Great Bend really stacking the box in that 3-3 defense. And so far holding Ben Klaus in check, no gain.
Yeah, Buhler not being able to get a lot of pressure, getting that D-line of Great Bend moving. Basically, Great Bend has had guys on the edges, so the instant Klaus gets the line, there's guys ready to bring him down.
Second down and 10. Asher's going to go out of the gun with Klaus to his left. McConaughey and Miller in at wingbacks.
To the Wildcat.
Now they go split wide to the far side. Out of the Wildcat, Jacob Miller takes the snap. Pitches left side to Klaus. Trying a little trickeration play there, and its net result is not much, maybe a yard on the far side.
Yeah, unfortunately, Great Bend on the option had pressure on Miller almost instantaneously, so he had to pitch it pretty early, so they weren't quite able to get Klaus around the end.
Starting 5 up front for the Crusaders, the tackles Nixon Stanley and Logan Turner. John Aldridge and Gabe Edmond, the guards Colby McCarty is at center, and Buhler facing a 3rd down and 10. Struggling to get yardage here early in this game. Trips right, single receiver to the far side. It's Asher out of the gun with Klaus to his right on 3rd down and 10. Zachary wants to throw, steps tall in the pocket. Now he'll flush out, runs up the middle, puts his shoulder pads down near a 1st down, maybe a yard shy. One of the few times this year we've seen Asher take off, but I like that, Christopher.
Yeah, that's something other teams aren't ready for, and Asher doing a great job on the scramble. They're going to spot him just short of the 1st down. I think Buehler's going to go for it.
Go for it here on 4th and 1.
It just being a 1-score game right now, you want to give your offense some confidence, saying, hey, let's get the 1st down here.
Hey, Buhler has had some success, 83% this year on 4th downs.
That is fantastic. Anytime you're moving at that kind of clip on 4th down, that's great.
Well, this is a big 4th down and 1 after the 9-yard gain on the ground by Asher Zachary. They go with the jumbo look. 3 backs in the backfield, and they'll pitch it to Klaus. He has nowhere to go. Great Bend smothers out that run to the right side, and they will actually lose yardage back into Buhler territory. Great Bend is going to take over on downs on the positive side of the 50.
Yeah, unfortunately, Great Bend's defense is so quick. It is really tough to get to the perimeter on a fast defense. And Great Bend's defense, I've been incredibly impressed by their quickness and speed.
Well, Great Bend so far tonight has shown why there's a lot of hype around this program this year. They'll start in Buhler territory with this next drive at the 47-yard line.
Speaking of that hype, sorry about the program, there are a number of college coaches down here scouting tonight. I've seen at least 3 different institutions.
I believe that. It's not just Premer. I think Minton, Omocht, the Kerns on defense all have a chance to maybe play somewhere at the next level. There's Omocht again. Big catch over the middle. That'll move the sticks again to the 25-yard line. Now marking down officially the 26.
And Omocht that time manned up against Landon Martinez, and just a really good route that time by Omocht as Martinez stayed deep on him, but Omocht cut underneath him, was able to catch, pick up the first down, and Great Bend's knocking on the door of the red zone, unfortunately.
Coverage of Crusader football brought to you in part by Heartland Wealth Strategies, by Dix Phillips 66, Hutchinson Regional Medical Center by the Hub, and by Agri Center. 1st and 10, Minton with a long count here, trying to get Buhler to jump. Inside 9 to go on the play clock as he looks to the sideline. He's got to hurry. Down to 3 to snap this football. 2-1, and they won't get it off. Well, they're going to let him snap it. Snapped it with 0. Maybe you give him an extra count, but the clock definitely at 0. And that keeper by Minton goes for a yard to the left side of the 25.
Great job by Asher McConaughey filling the gap and just sticking him right at the line of scrimmage. Slight gain that time for Great Bend.
I thought maybe you could have thrown a flag there if you wanted to, but it was close.
Yeah, very, very close. And that's the type of situation a lot of times the coach will burn a timeout to try to not lose yardage, but Coach Beck gambled there and won.
Just to get it off, Aaron Beck in his 10th season as head coach of the Great Bend Panthers. Here's throwing the flat near side, Omocht again. They've only targeted Premer for all the talk about him once in this half. And Omocht has been sensational across the 20 and up to the 19-yard line. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, Omocht in the entire first 2 games had 4 catches. He's already done that here in this first quarter.
You know, Jacob Miller's out there. Yeah, that's right, boy. I shut you down.
Well, I think that's part of Buhler's plan, is it not? To force somebody besides Premer to beat him.
Yeah. Yep. And so far it's been Cooper Omocht. Big 3rd and 4 here. Minton surveying the defense out of the gun. Play action, throws over the middle. It was a high throw, but leaping up to grab it for the first down is Hayden Kelly, the senior from Great Bend, right at the 10-yard line.
Kind of a quick slant look that time. The good news for Buhler, Dylan Skripczyk was right there to secure the tackle, but unfortunately it was not before they were able to score the first down.
Well, you'd love if he could somehow get that arm in there and knock that away, but good athleticism there by Kelly to go up and catch that.
So now a second 1st and goal opportunity for Great Bend.
Great Bend trying to go up 2 scores here in the first quarter. These 2-0 teams. 2 backs bracket. Minton out of the gun. And
quarterback throwback.
Little reverse play to Minton into the end zone. He handed off to Omocht. And then Omocht with the flip back to the right side to Minton, who catches it and jogs into the end zone for another Great Bend touchdown.
Yeah, you don't see the quarterback throwback very often, but that time, just like you said, a toss to Omocht. He rolled to his right. Then the instant Minton released it on the toss, he rolled out to his left and was wide open in the end zone for Great Bend's 2nd score of the night.
Well, a very quiet home side here on Pink Out Night. We're not used to that. The extra point is on the way and good. 14-0 Great Bend. 42 seconds left in the first quarter here from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
I'm Dr. Matthew Perry, and I work with McPherson Dental Care, and we are excited to have 6 locations in our communities in order to serve and take care of your dental needs. McPherson Dental believes whether you are 2 or 92, your teeth are important to your overall health, and we want to make sure we are taking care of you and your loved ones every step of the way. It's our honor to live and work in your communities, and we want to thank you for choosing us and letting us be your hometown dentist.
That's McPherson Dental, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
Do you have the right financial advisor to help you reach your goals? Ameriprise Advisors can provide personalized, goal-based advice to help you feel more confident about your financial future. Call me, Zach Trump, with Prairie Hills Financial Group of Ameriprise Financial Services at 620-663-7478. Office is located at 1724 East 30th, Hutchinson, Kansas. Ameriprise Financial cannot guarantee future financial results. Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
HKFM.
Lana Martinez, McKay Zachary back at the 10 for this Great Bend kickoff after they go up 14-0. On the pass back to the quarterback, Omocht to Minton. And it'll be Martinez who takes it a step shy of the end zone. Here comes Landon Martinez, his first touch of the night. He'll zoom up across the 20 to the 24-yard line. Wish well to another Martinez. Carson, who's a senior on our volleyball team, season-ending knee injury against Mulvane earlier this month, had surgery yesterday. And we want to wish her health. Well, she's watching at home, and good luck to our volleyball team. They're back on the court Tuesday at Andale.
Yep, so, always tough to have a season-ending injury, especially as a senior, so we'll hope that her healing progress goes well.
Buhler from their own 24, 1st and 10, and they'll work that familiar ground game. And a little bit there for the fullback, Max Harmony. Gets across the 25 and up to the 27. That might be our biggest offensive play of the night, other than the Zachary run for 3 yards.
Yeah, and don't discount that 3 yards on first down, because now Buhler facing a 2nd and 7. If we can just keep 3 yards in a cloud of dust, that's not a bad thing.
Clock running. This will be, if they snap it, the final play of the first quarter. 3 seconds on the clock. They just get it off. Little play action. Asher wants to throw one-on-one up the far sideline, looking for McCade Zachary. Omocht in coverage. And McCade actually had a little bit of separation there, but just incomplete. It'll be 3rd down, and that'll be the final play here of quarter number 1 in Buhler tonight. 14-0. Great Bend on top of this much anticipated matchup tonight. Can Buhler get the offense moving in the second quarter? We'll find out coming up from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Hungry for something epic? AJ Sports Grill is home of the 29-inch Super Dome Pizza. Enjoy $3 happy hour, including select apps, every day from 2 to 6 at AJ Sports Grill, inside the alley in Hutch.
Man Wyatt Tinksley Injury Attorneys.
Liability issues are complex. The manufacturer fought. The best offer they gave was $30,000. The jury returned a verdict for a little over $11.1 million.
Man Wyatt Tinksley Injury Attorneys. Big firm muscle, small firm hustle.
Do you need custom shirts, hoodies, polos, or other apparel printed or embroidered? Hi, this is Tyler with 37 Print Company. Whether it's for your sports team, business, or church, we've got you covered. Check out our work on our Facebook page at 37 Print Company. We print shirts.
Why choose I Need Cleaners? Expert dry cleaning and our professional shirt service. We take time to care for all your special items. When laundry piles up, let us do it for you. I Need Cleaners. It's where to take your clothes.
HKFM.
Thank you again for your support.
Well, here is a 3rd down play. Throw, far side caught. Jacob Miller with a catch from Zachary. And stretching out on the far Great Bend sideline for the first down, and very close.
And I tell you what,
they're going to move the chains.
That's our first down of the night, correct, Matt?
That is our first down of the night, done off the arm of Asher.
A First National Bank first down to the 34-yard line. I want to apologize to those watching on video. With some weather in the area, it is affecting some of our wireless equipment, and so you might hear some interference or cutout in our audio on the video tonight. And thank you, Mother Nature. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. Here's Klaus running middle. That's Ben's best run of the night across the 40 and up to the 42-yard line. And that is a good gain of 7. Boy, they've got to get this offensive train rolling. Starts with, of course, that running game, but that throw on third down to Jacob Miller helped too.
Well, those throws help to open up the run game, because if you can't complete a pass, they're just going to stuff the heck out of the box. And so, but I tell you what, Ben Klaus, so good at following his lead blocks that time, did a great job of just following his lineman and fullback upfield, and had a good carry there on first down.
Offset eye, 2 receivers to the left on second down and short. And the inside handoff to the fullback. And not much there for Max Harmony. And call it no gain, stuffed at the 42. So that's going to bring up another critical third down for this Buhler offense, looking at about a 3rd and 2.
See if Buhler can convert, keep this drive going. As, like we said, Buhler needs long, sustained drives to try to keep that Great Bend offense off the field.
Trying something here maybe they haven't seen yet.
I think you just got to run it at them.
2 wings set up either side with Asher out of the gun, and Klaus is going to do just that. He's got the first down. Look at that burst of speed by Ben. It really doesn't take him much space to get from 0 to 60, and gets the First National Bank first down up at the Buhler 48-yard line.
And I'm sure you guys are noticing that Ben Klaus is getting kind of closer to possibly breaking a big one, as Great Bend's got so many guys up on line of scrimmage at the snap or thereabouts. Ben, man, he's so close to breaking a big one.
Chris, I don't know about you. I like running between the tackles.
Yep.
They have good speed on the edges. Don't race them to the boundary. Just run at them.
Yep, quick defenses. It's always tough to work outside because they can close the gap so easily.
Well, so many guys in the box, it means there's only 2 guys to that second level. Here's Klaus again, this time to the left side, and gets to the Great Bend side of the 50 to the 49. So if he gets behind that front 9 guys, there's only 2 guys back there to stop him.
Yeah, and they have 2 speedsters back there. They have Omacht, and they've got Premers. They're 2 high safeties. So, I mean, they're really relying on those 2 to bail them out if somebody does get loose.
Clock continuing to run here. 9:38 to go in the second quarter. 14-0 Great Bend. 2nd and 6 after that Ben Klaus run. Asher again out of the shotgun. Play action rolling to his left. Wants to throw back over the middle. Jacob Miller lays out and almost made a spectacular grab. That would have been ESPN highlight reel type of material right there at the 10-yard line, Matthew, if Jacob Miller caught that ball.
Yeah, that was an incredible effort. I think Great Bend rather got away with one. I think it very possibly could have been defensive holding, as Jacob ran past Premer in coverage.
The speed, Chris,
yes.
He gets that from his dad, doesn't he?
Yeah, he was wheeling that time. And
to take off. Sidesteps one to good enough, and they're going to move the chains. Boy, he got just enough. Needed a yard, and that's about all he got.
And actually, they had Asher McConaughey in there at fullback that time, but Asher got the first down. Great Bend was signaling that there was a fumble. I couldn't see what happened at the end of that play, Matt.
And now Great Bend wants a timeout here. Coach Beck burning the first timeout of the half. Clock will stop with 8:29 to go. It is a third First National Bank first down on this drive, as Buhler finally has the offense going into Great Bend territory. And we'll see how the drive ends up when we come back from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Got a tough to-do list? Tackle it with an up to 2,500 pounds towing capacity. Come see us in Hutchinson and Salina to learn more about the 2025 Can-Am Defender HD10. No matter the task, no matter the terrain, you can rely on the Can-Am Defender. So head on down to Agri Center, just named 2023 National Dealer of the Year in Hutchinson and Salina.
HKFM.
Well, 2 things this drive is doing. It's finally having some success with the offense. It's also giving those defensive guys, some of them, a blow on the sideline.
And the other thing, too, about getting the defense off the field, it allows Coach Coles to be able to visit with the players to try to kind of go over any adjustments or whatnot. So it's kind of a 2-pronged thing, getting rest and also the chance to get to visit with your players.
Well, 1st and 10 here, 8:29 to go in the half. 14-0 Great Bend. Asher's going to go back to the eye look under center from McCarty. Hands off. This is Asher McConaughey in at fullback now. And McConaughey, who is strong as an ox, He's taller than Harmony, Matthew, but he is really done a nice job of conditioning in the offseason coming into this year. Super strong.
Yeah, they're different styles of runners, right? Max has got a little bit of wiggle. Asher's just going to put his head down and try to run through you. Love that. And again, run at this Panther defense.
Progress to the 35, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3. And they stay with the inside handoff. Ball came loose. And what's going to be the
I
signal?
think they're going to rule that. Oh, shoot.
It's Great Bend ball. So it looked like a little bit of a hiccup there on the exchange from Zachary to McConaughey, that it was not a clean handoff.
Yeah, I think they were running the option that time, and just that time a little bit of miscommunication on the exchange, and so the first turnover of the night unfortunately goes in Great Bend's favor.
And the one thing you cannot do against a good team is give them extra possessions.
Now, not to be lost, that was the best drive of the night. And again, just Buhler football, smash mouths between the tackles.
So Great Bend brings their offense back on the field from their own 34, leading 14-0. Minton out of the eye with trips left. Premer one-on-one with Miller to the right. And boy, it's just a steady diet of Omocht and catches as the slot receiver up the field. And look at that speed across the 50, across the 45, and driven out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Really, it's just those quick outs. But once Omocht gets the ball with any kind of space, he is so fast.
Yeah, and he's got the ability to break out of tackles, and he has already had more completion or receptions in this first half than he had in the entire season coming into tonight.
You know, I go back to the fact that he didn't have a catch against us last year. It was all Premer. And it's been Omocht tonight, 23 yards there. 1st and 10, Great Bend back in Buhler territory at the 43-yard line. And they really haven't varied the looks much. It's been this shotgun trips right set for most of the night. Good protection for Minton, slings it over the middle. Omocht again, double covered, and he still catches the football. He had Landon Martinez painted on him, but Omocht is putting on a clinic, much like the receiver for Augusta did last week.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Minton's done a really good job of delivering the ball to where Martinez really can't make a play on it. And Omocht, I've been really impressed with his ability to catch, because he's had, like you said, Martinez all over him. It's not like he's getting a ton of separation, but just has good hands.
Down the field to the 19, 1st and 10, Great Bend. It's been all Cooper Omocht. There's Holiday on a run left. He'll put his shoulder pads down and get across the 15 and up to the 13-yard line for a gain of 6.
So now, unfortunately, Great Bend into the red zone yet again. Crusader Black Knight defense is going to have to do something pretty miraculous here to try to keep this from going to a 3-score game.
Crusader football tonight brought to you by Mid-Kansas Credit Union, by Erickson Custom Building, Midway Motors, by Sunflower Electric Supply, and by Kropf Lumber. 2nd down and 4 after the Connor Holiday run for Great Bend. And Minton takes the high snap out of the gun. Pump fakes, now takes off with it. And hit on an inside run after a short gain down to the 12-yard line. Give Daxton Minton a 1-yard net gain. Got to figure they're in 4-down territory. See if the Black Knights can come up with a stop.
Yep, 2 more downs. Also, a turnover would be big here. This possession started for Great Bend with the turnover. Let's see if we can end it with the turnover.
Buhler came into the night +1 in the turnover department. Good news is they've had 7 takeaways this year. Bad news is that was their 7th giveaway.
Yeah, so Buhler even Steven on the turnover margin, unfortunately.
Got to cut down on those turnovers. They're down in 3. Minton will call out the snap count. Wants to throw immediately. It's Premer in space. Flag down. Premer dancing around, actually goes backwards. The first down stick just to the other side of the 10-yard line. I don't think he got the first down, but there is a flag down. And could that be holding on the Panthers?
No signal yet.
Still awaiting on the official call. And his microphone is not working. I'm not sure what that was.
I don't know if it was a penalty on Great Bend that.
So they called it for pass interference, but because the pass was caught behind the line of scrimmage, they waved it off.
So it's a backwards pass. It's actually not a pass. And it's going to be 4th down and 3.
So the Black Knights really bowing their necks here. Let's see if they can keep Great Bend out of the end zone. One more down here. Unfortunately, Great Bend can get a first down if they cross the 10.
So Premer actually hurt himself that time trying to keep that play alive as he was dancing around. And,
and Premer's such a big body and such a strong kid. He's one of those guys that it takes multiple people to try to get him down, which, it's as a receiver or running back, if you get stood up and you can't get on the ground, it's a little bit dangerous.
Premer headed to Notre Dame. Boy, that's going to be interesting for him next year. Not in Kansas anymore, Mr. Premer.
Well,
see how he adjusts to that.
Great Bend to South Bend. Those two towns are exactly the same. Got Bend in the name.
I've never been to Notre Dame. I have been to Notre Dame.
Really?
Yeah. It's the home of the Fighting Amish.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I apologize for...
No, now listen, those T-shirts, they actually do exist. I have seen them.
I've seen them. I haven't seen one in a minute, but they're maybe going to get back into circulation after Aaron
oh my gosh,
brings back an old Reno County joke. All right, big down.
I kid because I care.
Yes.
4 to go here in the half. And a big 4th and 3, trips left, and now a timeout as Coach Beck is going to use his second timeout of the half here to talk over this scenario. And you see the Black Knights can come up with a big stop here. Great Bend trying to go up 3 scores, leading 14-0 from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Kansas, trust the power of blue for your care plan. Families trust Healthy Blue for doctor visits and prescriptions. New and expecting moms trust Healthy Blue for pregnancy support. And Healthy Blue provides extra benefits for your whole family. Choose the brand Kansans have trusted for more than 80 years. Visit choosehealthyblue.com/KS for more details. Trust the power of blue.
HKFM.
Chris, you brought up an old memory for me. One of our old colleagues, Steve Nellens, that was his joke that I stole.
Yes.
But here's the thing about if you saw Chris and I in the box, we have all these notes, and it takes hours to put all of this together. Steve Nellens would show up to a broadcast with a blank sheet of paper and make it sound brilliant.
He would. He was a draw in the dirt kind of individual.
Yeah. I cannot do that. Just can't.
Not many can.
4th and a goal at the 3. Here's Minton out of the gun. They stack receivers to the left side of the line. Minton under pressure. It's batted down by Asher McConaughey. And that takes me back to the pregame when we talked about number 5. Matthew is one of the ones to watch. Big play by our Mike linebacker.
Yeah, and they had run Premer on a drag route. They lined him up on the far right side and brought him all the way across the formation. He had separation. That is a huge play by Asher to bat that pass down.
That is some Black Knight defense.
That is. Bend, don't break. When something bad happens, make something good happens. Great Bend drives almost the length of the field, but the Black Knights get tough down in the red zone and keep Great Bend off the board. Fresh life for Buhler, because now if we can score, we can get this back to a 1-score game.
Buhler's going to start from their own 12, down 14-0. And they'll line it up and run it straight ahead with 2 wide receivers to the right. And forward progress forward to the 14, a gain of 2.
Harmony with the carry that time.
Max Harmony back in at fullback. Back to McConaughey. He has that type of motor that Coach Coles loves on defense. It just never stops.
Yep, and that time he was lined up off the edge. He had to kind of make the decision, does he stay in coverage or does he bring it? He chose to bring it and wisely got a 6'3" frame up in the air and batted that pass from Minton down. But Buhler desperately needing a scoring drive here.
Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. Asher out of the gun is going to toss it right to Klaus. Good block on the edge that time. And Klaus running for a First National Bank first down to the Great Bend sideline and gets up to the 25. There was a really good initial block in the backfield that sprung that run for Ben Klaus.
First time Buhler's really been able to hit the edge this entire evening. Buhler kind of did the bunch tight set that time to get some leverage on the right-hand side, and they're able to seal the edge and get Klaus to the perimeter.
Yeah, it was McCade Zachary with that fantastic block on the end.
Well, he got 11 yards. You said he's getting closer to breaking one. 1st and 10 at the 25. And they'll hand it off again. Klaus in the inside run. And gets ripped backwards, and now I think it was
more action, something.
A couple of players, Max Harmony involved in, Max Harmony got slung backwards behind the play for really no reason. And I don't know that he appreciated that very much.
Yeah, I think it was the Buhler student section making some noise on those extracurricular activities, but I tell you what, against this good Great Bend defense, Buhler's just going to have to be patient on offense and chip away, chip away, chip away. Eventually, Klaus or one of these guys is going to break a big one.
Gain of 3 by Bend, 3:56 to go in the half. 2nd down and 7, 14-0 Great Bend. Here's a motion play, sweep to the left side. They fake it to Martinez. They run right instead. You know, I'm just wondering if they give that ball to Landon. He might still be running.
Yep.
They keep it on the ground with their tailback. Does get the First National Bank first down. That's the good news across the 35 and up to the 37.
Yeah, I think Martinez has enough quickness and speed. They noticed him on tape. He was able to draw some linebackers' eyes out to the near side and opened up things in the interior. And Buhler with a first down and moving here with 3:21 left to go here in this second quarter.
Well, they got out of the opponent's red zone, which is good. 1st and 10 again for Buhler. Here's Klaus, breaks out of 1 tackle. Tough to arm tackle Ben Klaus. Gets across the 40 and up to the 41-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 4 on first down.
Yeah, Ben has such strength in his lower body. He is a tough guy to bring down, and Klaus really kind of made something out of nothing on that down.
Klaus really credits some of the tools he's taken from other sports he's played to help him be a better running back. I think that's fantastic. 2nd down and 7. Asher out of the gun, trips bunts to the right side. Toss play now. The halfback toss is intercepted. Picked off by Ian Premer at midfield. Premer was on a knee when he caught the ball, so it'll be down at the 50, but a second Buhler turnover here in this first half.
The one unfortunate thing about tailback passes, and Matt can probably echo this, when you call it, tailbacks are so excited to throw it. They are going to throw it come heck or high water, and that time Premer just read it like a book and was waiting right there. Not a bad ball by Klaus, but the tailbacks, when they get that opportunity, they want to sling it.
Well, read it like a book. McCade was running a fade, and I think Klaus thought he was going to, Harmony thought he was going to run a hitch. Some miscommunication there on the Buhler side.
And so Great Bend will now start again up 14-0 at the 50. 2:33 to go here in this first half. Here is Omocht in space, and he'll get gang tackled after a gain about 8. So now your goal has really got to be you cannot let Great Bend get back in the end zone before we get to halftime.
Yeah, Coach Warner, something he really emphasizes is the 3-score lead. Great Bend is going to try like gangbusters to try to get up 3 scores here as we're going to go under 2 minutes after this next snap. Nice tackle in space made that last time by Dylan Skripsik.
Gain of 8 by Omocht. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Buhler down 2 touchdowns. Great Bend 2nd and short in Buhler territory. Minton claps his hands together out of the gun. Here's Holiday trying to get to the edge and somehow breaks away from 2 Buhler defenders and gets the first down up to the 34-yard line. Initial contact was behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Jax Pratt hit him behind the line, and also Noah Hayes hit him behind the line of scrimmage as well, but he was able to break out of both tackles. Good just running there by the Great Bend running back.
Hey, the good news is when they're running the ball, it chews up a lot more time.
No doubt. Great Bend with 1 timeout remaining, 90 seconds left to go here in this first half.
So 1st and 10, down 1:30 to go. They're going to keep it on the ground here with a far side run. That is the first time tonight they've had back-to-back runs, I think. It's Holiday with consecutive touches, and he gets forward progress up to the 30-yard line. They'll mark it at the 29. Great Bend's going to go no huddle here. 2nd down and short. 1:07 to go. High snap taken by the quarterback. He'll throw immediately. far sideline.
Hayden Kelly with the catch.
It's going to be caught by Hayden Kelly, another senior receiver. His second catch of the night. That'll move the chains again. 1st and 10, Great Bend.
Under a minute to play now here at the snap.
Tackle made by Crusader number 34, Jackson Black.
Up to the 24. Omocht, far side, quick out, and he'll be driven out of bounds, I believe, by Landon Martinez, right near the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to get out of bounds that time to preserve some time.
And take a timeout from Buhler.
Well, coach has got 3 to use here with 50 seconds to go. It'll be 2nd and 10. Well, coming up at halftime tonight, we'll talk Buhler tennis with head tennis coach Matt Babcock, and talking about well wishes. His mom been in the hospital a little bit this week, expected to go home this weekend, and so we wish Mrs. Babcock a speedy recovery.
Yep, no doubt. Hospital's no fun, not a fun place to be.
Sophia Spiess had a great week. Of course, sophomore, having an incredible career so far for Buhler, as they had 2 meets on the road this week. Ella Gillespie, there's a kid who's splitting time between golf and tennis as a freshman. It's just very impressive what she's doing.
Yep, and she is a fantastic athlete at both, and even a better kid.
She's got a week coming up where she has, I think, a golf or tennis meet every day but one.
The good news is she's with it academically enough that she could handle missing that much school.
Very impressive. So tennis on the topic coming up at halftime. There's 2nd down and 10 after that timeout. Trips right for Great Bend. Minton with time now, steps up in the pocket, pressured from behind, slings it to the end zone. Omocht caught it, but he caught it out of the back of the end zone. It'll be 3rd down with 43 seconds to play here in the half.
Great job that time by Garrett Gleason, really taking away his space near the back line and kind of putting Omocht in a spot where he had no place to operate.
And guys, the primary read was to Premer on the post. And again, bracketed coverage. Crusader Black Knight defense is doing a fantastic job on Premer.
So 3rd down and 10 at the 23. 43 ticks on the 2nd quarter clock here, with Great Bend leading 14-0. Minton surveys the defense, takes the snap. Time to throw this time. One-on-one coverage. Omocht catches it, pops out. Incomplete, says the official right there.
Dylan Skripsik with fantastic coverage, just popped him right as the ball was delivered, or that's 6.
Yeah, that was actually McCade, and you're right, fantastic coverage, and Omocht never had control of the ball.
Omocht had it, but couldn't secure it. And it's 4th down, and this so far is the biggest play of the game.
Yeah, big situation here. See if the Black Knights can hold again. They held them scoreless the last drive for Great Bend.
4th and 10, 36 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter. Boy, long snap count here. And Great Bend calls their final timeout. Long snap count there by Minton, trying to get the Black Knights to jump. They did not. They came close. But the clock had run down, and Minton forced to call a timeout there.
Yep, so now Buhler, like I said, if they can stop them here, just being down 2 scores. The cool thing, Buhler, remember, will get the ball to open the 3rd quarter since they deferred. So it's not quite as bad of a situation if they can get out of jail here.
We'll update you on other scores in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard coming up at half. A lot of action in week 3. Busy weekend of college football, too. KU West Virginia in Lawrence tomorrow. I believe the Wildcats have the weekend off. And I'm not sure. I think the Chiefs are on Sunday night this week.
Yes, the big game against the Giants. They have never beaten the New York Giants in New York in the entire franchise history of the Chiefs. So a golden opportunity for the Chiefs to notch a new experience.
So 4th down for Great Bend. They burn their final time out of the half. 36 seconds to play. Up 14-0. Minton will send Premer in motion. Shadowed by Jacob Miller. Rolling to his right, wants to throw to Premer. Premer's got it. It's going to set up a 1st and goal. And did he get out of bounds at the 6-yard line?
They're going to set him up at the 5-yard line. The thing with Great Bend being out of timeouts, they'll spike it to save time.
And Minton is going to spike it to make it 2nd down and goal from the 5. 22 seconds to play here in the half. Only the 2nd catch of the night for Ian Premer, who got free in space. They put him in motion, trying to get Jacob Miller off him. Jacob has really done a good job here in this first half.
Yeah, he's done a great job of just matching him physically and not letting him have free releases.
2nd and goal from the 5. Here's Minton rolling to his left, looking for Premer. Premer not there. Now he will throw it to the back of the end zone. That is incomplete.
Great job, Garrett Gleason in coverage.
And again, I think his primary target there was Premer, but Jacob Miller's done a fantastic job.
Because you know that Minton's kind of security blanket, he's going to be looking first for Premer every single time. So if he's checking past him, that means he's being covered.
3rd down and goal at the 5, 15 seconds left here in the first half. Great Bend trying to go up 3 scores. They've won 2 of 3 in the series. Paxton Minton works out of the shotgun, trips to the right, he'll roll left, looking for Omocht, who has it for the touchdown.
And that time Omocht completely wide open there along the goal line, working to the west.
Well, it's interesting, as good a job as we've done covering Premer, we have not been able consistently to cover Omocht tonight.
Yeah, sometimes when you really kind of scheme to try to take away the horse, that's going to allow some opportunities for some of the other guys, and Omocht is really capitalizing this evening.
Extra point on the way and blocked. No good on the PAT. 10 seconds to go in the half. 20-0 Great Bend from the Alan Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Whether you want a small home remodel or need repairs done or have a brand new build project in mind, Erickson Custom Building is your choice. All of us at Erickson Custom Building would like to thank our customers for 20 years of business and friendship. Brian and the crew at Erickson have spent those years developing excellent customer service and quality leadership for all types of projects, big or small, traditional or trendy. When your project is finished, it will reflect your vision. For quality and follow-through that exceeds your expectations, not your budget, call Erickson Custom Building or find us on the web at ericksoncustomBLDG.com.
HKFM.
20-0 Great Bend here on week 3. Peter will go on the road next week as we head to Towanda to face the Circle Thunderbirds. We're 1-1 on the year. T-Birds lost at home to McPherson last Friday night, not getting its first win of the year. So a little bit of devil's advocate. I think there's a lot of anticipation with this matchup. I think it's a great way to gauge your team and to get better, and you want to play tough competition. But on the other hand, every loss, when you think about it, we lost 2 games last year and played almost every game in the postseason on the road. Those losses doesn't take many to add up and really hurt you.
No doubt. Coming in tonight, Buhler was second in the West, right behind Capon as the only 2-0 teams in the 4A West.
Ana Martinez is going to pick up the squib kick here at the 20 and be tackled almost immediately. And now 4 seconds left on the clock. So you love the great physical competition, but as tough as your league is, you also like some of those, I don't want to say cupcakes, that's not fair, but some of those not as good teams, maybe is a better way to say that.
Yeah, when you set the schedules up in a couple of years in advance, you never know how people are going to be, and Great Bend has proven to be a very, very, very difficult opponent the last couple of
years. Not a great first half for the home side tonight.
Guys, I'm here with Coach. Coach, really some good things. Your offense was able to get on schedule. What were you seeing that you were happy with?
I was happy we were moving the ball on the ground like we like to, and then we fumbled. Big fumble, and obviously they're very talented. We knew that with their skill people for our defense, and that's an issue. But if we had a chance, we should have finished that drive. Don't fumble. It's 14-7, and then we got a chance. So right now we just got to find a way to get the ball moving on the ground, have to throw our short passes, a little play action, and try to get another score and get back in this.
Yeah, good luck, Coach. Thanks.
All right, you heard Coach talk about it. Really, it's been the 2 turnovers by Buhler, and then Cooper Omocht has been the offense on the other side for Great Bend.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the stats are at the half when Andrew Epp brings those to us here at the half. But Omocht, yeah, he has had the lion's share of all total yardage for Great Bend here in this first half. I'd guess he's got to be north of 60% of their total offense.
Absolutely. Well, the Buhler High School Marching Band and their Show Red will be performing here at halftime tonight. If you're in the stadium, they've got their first competition a week from tomorrow at the Wichita competition, the Air Capital Invitational. That'll be at Goddard High School this year. Of course, tomorrow, or a week from tomorrow, is also Buhler Frolic. So
yes, Frolic is coming. So
it is coming.
Always a fun time of the year here in Buhler, America.
All right, we'll step aside. Our Community National Bank and Trust halftime report coming up. When we come back, we'll talk to tennis head coach Matt Babcock. You're listening to Crusader Football on HKFM.
Stay tuned for the Community National Bank and Trust halftime report. Coming up, tonight's Crusader Spotlight and our Dix Phillips 66 first half fill-up. Buhler Crusader Football on HKFM.
Running a business is tough, but protecting it doesn't have to be. At DJ Kaufman Agency, we offer comprehensive business insurance that keeps your hard work safe. Whether you're a small startup or a growing enterprise, we've got the right coverage for you. From liability and property insurance to workers' comp and business interruption, our policies are tailored to fit your needs and your budget. Contact us today, 620-669-0410, or stop by our office in Hutchinson at 17 East 30th Avenue. DJ Kaufman Insurance is a member of the Trusted Choice Independent Agencies.
Is it time to replace an old can light trim? Sunflower Electric Supply has a great option, an LED recessed downlight that also includes a night light. This innovative design is perfect for a bathroom, hallway, stairway, or kitchen, and is simple to install. The night light activates with the toggle of a light switch. It's energy efficient and color selectable from warm to cool white with the bulbs already included. Only $28. Visit us at Sunflower Electric Supply in Hutchinson, Great Bend, or Liberal to get yours today.
Meet your new fall treat with a pumpkin cheesecake bite from Scooter's Coffee. An easy-to-eat petite treat with all the pumpkin flavors. Scooter's Coffee, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Scooter's Coffee in Hutchinson, McPherson, Salina, and Abilene.
A lot has changed in the past 60-plus years, but Dix Phillips 66 has been there through it all to keep you on the road. Hi, this is Janet Dick, inviting you to stop by our locally owned station on East 4th and Hutch. Every journey begins with a stop at Dix Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
One of the most important elements of success is knowing when to expand and when to focus on strengthening what you have. At People's Bank and Trust, we've done just that over the years, ensuring that we always have a solid base to provide for our customers and our community. At People's Bank and Trust, we never promise more than we can deliver. And what we deliver is safe, sound, reliable banking that puts you first. Let us put our experience to work for you and your family. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
And welcome back here at halftime at Crusader Stadium tonight as we talk this week in Crusader sports and a little Crusader tennis with head coach Matt Babcock. Coach, thanks for some time. Absolutely. Always glad to have you on the show and talk tennis. You've got quite a group out this year. I think, 30 kids, so a good number of kids out for tennis here in the fall.
Yeah, sitting right at 30. A lot of young girls came out this summer and had a really good turnout for that, and pretty fun group to work with.
Yeah, I think you did graduate half of your top six, right? So some opportunities for some young kids to come in and step up this year at the varsity level.
Yeah, we're still maybe not 100% sure how things are going to shake out as far as what the regional team will look like. I think I counted, we've had 11 different girls play in varsity meets so far this year in different combinations. So we're getting close to having it all figured out. But, yeah, still a little bit of work in progress.
Obviously, Sophia Spies, who has been fantastic last year in winning the league and leading the team this year. Her and Ella, I both believe, did very well Tuesday there at Circle. Both won their singles brackets. So.
Yeah, Sophia is definitely not part of the work in progress. I think it's safe to say she was state runner-up last year and was 35-3, and she's kind of on that same trajectory again this year. So I know she's played outstanding. Had another really good tournament yesterday at our home meet and took first, and played the McPherson's singles girl was third at state last year, right behind Sophia, and beat her 8-3 in the finals yesterday. So she's playing really well. And yeah, Ella Gillespie is a freshman that puts a lot of balls back. She's really great competitor, and yeah, she's started off really strongly in singles as well.
Kind of an interesting scenario for her, playing both tennis and golf in the fall. That obviously demands a lot of shuffling, quite a bit of her time.
Yeah, this is the first time in my over 20 years of doing this here that we've ever had a player dual sport. So it's been a bit of a learning experience, and takes a lot of coordination with us and the golf team to work out tournaments and practice schedules and all that. But she's a great kid and a great student. I believe we counted up, she has a stretch coming up where she's going to play 5 consecutive days of competition, kind of a tennis, golf, tennis.
Wow.
Tournament type situation. So she'll have a lot to work through that week.
I think I remember being young once, maybe, just maybe. That's been a while ago, Coach.
Yeah, no, she's a great kid. She'll handle it perfectly.
So obviously success there. What have you seen on the doubles side so far from some of your kids?
That's where a lot of the experimentation is still kind of taking place. We do have one, Emily Allen and Kylie Bradshaw have been pretty solid, and are, I think, we're feeling pretty good about that combination. And then Caitlin Harding and Addie Tech had a nice tournament yesterday and got 5th place out of 14 teams in our open draw tournament. So, but we're still kind of looking at a few things there. But yeah, I mean, we just found out we're gonna host regionals, and collegiate is 4A this year. They are in our regional, so we're just trying to put the best group together that we can to compete against those guys.
Yeah, I think you and I have talked about this before. You really don't have to look outside the Arc Valley Chisholm Trail to find the best competition in the state. League is always tough every year. Saw that obviously with McPherson winning the tournament yesterday. So a grind to get through that league schedule.
Yeah, absolutely. This area of the state, at least at the 4A level for sure, and 5A as well, as I would say, is just really, really strong. Not to put down other areas of the state, but at least at our levels of 4A and 5A, that's, if you look at the top 5 finishers or so in every state tournament for 4A and 5A, that's it's very well represented from our area.
How important is it, Coach, as you advance on, you get to that state level, to have a chance at a state tournament to get all 4 of your entries through?
Yeah, I mean, it's not rocket science. It's an accumulation of points that your state entries get that puts you where that affects your placing. So if you can get all 4 through, that's a lot of extra points. So that's what makes regionals a little tough, is if you're in an area that has that strong tennis, sometimes it's a little tough to qualify your entire roster just from kind of beating each other up in the regional. So, and obviously with collegiate being in there, that right away makes it a little more challenging. But we're used to it. That's the way the system works, and we'll just do the best we can to try to get as many through as we can.
Yeah, got to be some excitement too. Is just looking up and down the roster. You mentioned the 30 kids and a lot of young kids in the program, which is exciting.
Yeah, I think we've never had a cut policy or whatever, but it's been pretty high. I mean, it just takes a little extra management as far as court time and just having the 2 coaches to get kids to tournaments and all that. But our assistant coach, Lyle Gertson, is just amazingly generous with his time and taking off work from his real job to be able to get a lot of our girls to a lot of extra tournaments to hopefully get them some experience and be able to contribute one day.
I heard he just sleeps in the equipment shed there at the tennis courts. So,
I've heard a lot of crazy rumors about Ralph, so that might be true.
Yeah. Well, exciting to watch the kids continue to grow. Congratulations on getting to host for regionals. That's a great honor, and encourage everybody to come out and support our kids when they get the opportunity.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it. We're hosting JV and Varsity League tournaments here this year as well, so we'll have a busy finish to our fall here.
Absolutely. It always amazes me. It takes forever to get going once you get through the summer, but man, does that fall season seem to go really fast.
It does. It goes very quickly. So we'll be as ready as we can.
All right, Coach. Well, we'll see you on the courts. Appreciate your time as always, and best of luck with the rest of the year.
Okay. Thank you, Aaron.
That's head tennis coach Matt Babcock, and we're back with more right after this.
This is the Community National Bank and Trust Halftime Report. As we get ready for tonight's second half, we'll catch you up on other scores in the Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
I'm Chauncey. I'm Sophie. And I'm Trista. We are seniors from Haven High School, and we've been in Rise Up Reno for 4 years. We've enjoyed helping the community in various activities,
such as Red Ribbon Week, Pumpkin Aries, and our favorite, the Youth Empowerment Summit.
With Rise Up Reno, we have grown into the leaders we are today.
Get with your Rise Up Reno sponsor at your school today. Get involved.
We would love to see you at our meetings.
Check us out on social media for more information at riseupreno.org. Together we soar.
Krupp Lumber in Heston has been serving as the Marvin window and door dealer for many years. I'm Jared, and there's a reason why I only put Marvin windows in my parents' home. Marvin windows have thick, extruded, Krynar painted aluminum that will stand up to any hailstorm. At Krupp Lumber in Heston, you will find more Marvin windows and doors on display with French sliding bifold and patio doors. You will be amazed. I invite you to come see for yourself. Krupp Lumber, service is our specialty.
Hi, this is Cliff Ray with Ray & Sons Roofing Company, and today I brought our grandson, Brogan. Brogan, did you know Ray & Sons Roofing is 83 years old this year? Do you know what that means?
No, Papa.
It means we have a lot of experience. Brogan, did you know we have been the best of the best every year? You know what that means?
What, Papa?
People trust us, and that's a very good thing. For a free inspection or estimate, go to rayandsons.com.
Roof the right way, the right way.
As the hot Kansas summer winds down, the end of one season and the start of the next is a great time to review the health of your pets at Apple Lane Animal Hospital. Have you missed any of your vaccinations? How about scheduling a general health checkup, annual blood work, and taking a look at your pet's diet and nutritional needs? Make 2025 the year you take care of your pets so they live a long and healthy life. Call the staff at Apple Lane Animal Hospital and schedule an appointment today at 662-0515.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back here at halftime, our Community National Bank and Trust halftime report tonight, 20-0 here at halftime. Well, you look at this, how many times, when was the last time Buhler only had 4 touches on offense in the first half, and then 2 of those are turnovers on drives where they were moving the football.
The turnovers in the first half really kind of a killer for Buhler in this first half. Uncharacteristic of Buhler, too, to be negative on the turnover margin this year. So that's going to be one of the things that here in the second half, hopefully the Crusaders can clean up and start turning Great Bend over and avoid a turnover in the second half themselves.
Well, you heard Coach talk about it, too, especially on that drive where they fumbled. They're moving the ball down the field. It looked like a kind of a miscued snap between Asher and Asher, the quarterback to the fullback. You punch it in there, it's 14-7. You've got a completely different game. So against really good teams, you can't give opportunities away.
Yeah, and so here for Buhler, it's going to be so critical here. We're going to get the ball to open the third quarter to get a score out of this first drive. We cannot have an empty possession here and fall victim to possibly going down 4 scores. So hopefully the Buhler Crusaders can get a great return to begin with and then have a nice, long, sustained drive, get 7, and get right back in this thing.
And Great Bend with 3 scores in the first half. Although I don't think our defense, other than we haven't been able to contain Cooper Allmock, defense hasn't played bad.
Yeah, they've been able to get some pressure on Minton. The run game up until that last drive really hadn't hurt Buhler much. And like I said, Ian Premer only with, I believe, 2 catches in the first half. Nothing too glamorous on either of those. But like you said, Cooper Allmock really having a big night for Great Bend. It'll be interesting to see the stats when we hear him here at the half.
So I feel like, Matthew, we kind of know what works. You come out, you get the ball here to start the second half. Running between the tackles seems to be what's been most effective.
Yeah, absolutely. They really were able to get into rhythm offensively when they were pushing the ball between the tackles. Chris, I would add this. I think they probably got to do a better job. I know we're talking on offense, defensively in the second half. They've got to be able to get pressure on Minton with their front four a little faster. I think if they can do that and make his feet a little more happy, I think that they may stand a better chance of keeping the ball out of Omach's hands.
Well, we'll find out in the second half. Let's look at our first half numbers tonight. Our first half fill-up brought to you by Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutchinson. Every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66. All right, mathematician Andrew, how much of Great Bend's offense is contributed to Cooper Omach in that first half?
Almost 75%.
Wow.
But I'll give you the good news. Buhler had 8 times as many yards in the second quarter as they did in the first quarter. But the bad news is they only had 7 yards in the first quarter. So they ended up with 63 at half to Great Bend's 205. Great Bend ran 9 more plays than the Crusaders. First down's pretty even. Great Bend has 7, Buhler has 6. Third down's Great Bend 4 of 7, Buhler 2 of 5. Both teams are 1 for 2 on fourth down. No penalties. We had 1 flag picked up in the second quarter, but turnovers. Buhler had 2 promising drives. One end on a fumble and one end with an interception. And Great Bend has no turnovers in this one. So Buhler did not achieve any of their first downs until the second quarter. And like I said, they just had 7 total yards in the first quarter. So rushing, Great Bend didn't do a whole lot. 10 carries for 32 yards as a team. Buhler had Ben Klaus go for 42 yards on 12 carries. The Crusaders 56 yards on the ground with a 3.1 yard per carry average. But through the air, Great Bend as a team 17 for 22, 173, and I say that because they had a halfback pass, or a wide receiver pass rather, from Cooper Omach to back to the quarterback Daxton Minton. That went for a 10-yard touchdown, and 163 yards passing for Daxton Minton. 133 of that was from Cooper Omach. He has 1 receiving touchdown, 1 passing touchdown in the first half. And so does Daxton Minton. Ian Premer just 3 catches for 21 yards, but he did get an interception in the second quarter on defense. Buhler through the air. Asher Zachary 1 for 4 for 7 yards, no picks and no touchdowns. And then Ben Klaus had 1 pass that was intercepted. Jacob Miller, the only catch of the game for the Crusaders. Miller has 6 tackles, 1 for a loss. Noah Hayes, 3 tackles, 2 for a loss. Jackson Pratt, 5 tackles. McCade Zachary, 1 tackle. McCade, Garrett Gleason, Asher McConaughey, and Landon Martinez all have a pass breakup, and that gives us our score of Great Bend 20, Buhler nothing at the half.
All right, we're set for the second half here tonight between Buhler and Great Bend. And Buhler won the coin toss and deferred to the second half before the start of tonight's game. And so they will start with the football here in the second half. Martinez and Zachary back deep to receive this kick. It'll be Landon from the far side of the 5-yard line. Taken 15-20. And up around the 22-yard line is where they'll start on offense. All right, gentlemen, Chris, let's start with you. What do we got to do better here in the second half?
Finish the drive off. And I'm not trying to be overly dramatic, but this drive really critical for this game. Buhler has got to get a score out of this drive to avoid the potential pitfall of being down 4 scores.
Matt, quick thought.
Really would like to see them get the ball into Landon Martinez's hands and McCade, both those guys on the edge.
From their own 24, 1st and 10. 2 receivers left, the offset eye. And the tailback, Ben Klaus, slung to the ground. And a loss on the first down play. it would seem to me, back to the 22, that just that conventional look without putting the extra guys up front, they just are not able to contain that Great Bend defense.
Yeah, when Buhler goes with the double wing look, a lot of times that helps with some edge on the perimeter. So if Great Bend really loads up the line, it gives you a little bit better angle. But see if Buhler can get back on track here on second down.
Second down and 12, clock running, 20-0 Great Bend. Asher rolling to his left, passing to his left, and it is knocked out, incomplete. Cornerback Hayden Kelly was the defender who batted that pass down, intended for Landon Martinez, and it's third down.
Yeah, and Buhler really kind of getting lucky. That one was not picked. We don't want to give a third turnover here to open this third quarter.
So third down and 12, not the way you wanted to start on those first two downs. And Buhler traditionally is a team that finds most success when it stays on schedule, down and distance. You're looking for 3 to 4 yards of play, and
it looks like they've made some changes to the offensive line. They've moved Nixon into guard, Jackson Rumbaugh to left tackle.
So a little bit different look on the line. Here's a shotgun look, empty backfield set. Asher being pressured. He's going to be slung down and sacked back behind the 10-yard line. That is Trenton Kern, the Mike linebacker for the Great Bend Panthers.
So a tough series for Buhler. I think every single play was either an incompletion or goes for negative yardage. So unfortunately, Great Bend forces a 3 and out, and now Asher Zachary is going to be punting from near the goal line. So hopefully he can get a good clean punt here away and see if the Black Knights can keep him off the board.
Looking down back at the 17, and
Skripsic kicking.
Dylan Skripsic with the kick. Ian Premer takes it, breaks out of 1 tackle, 2 tackles, still on his feet. Boy, he is still going. Almost impossible to bring down, all the way down to near the 10-yard line. Great Bend on the kickoff return, the punt return is going to have it first and goal at the 10.
Eli White made the stop there for Buhler on the far side, but like you said, first and 10 now for Great Bend. Buhler going to have to try to get something going defensively here to avoid the 4-score deficit.
I don't want to overstate this, but this may be the best team Buhler plays all year.
Yep.
First and goal at the 10. And here is Holiday and an inside run to the end zone. Touchdown, Great Bend.
So just like that, Great Bend continues to add to their lead here in this third quarter.
Touchdown, Great Bend.
They are doing to us tonight what we've spent most of the last 10 years doing to other teams.
They line up in a swinging gate formation here on the 2-point try. Let's see if they stick with it.
They're going to go for the 2-point conversion, and that is batted down incomplete. Intended for Premer, who was bracketed in double coverage on the right side. And Panther comes up limping at the end of that play. 10-17 to go in the third. 26-0 Great Bend from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Let the party begin where the pizza never ends. Come fuel up, raise up a cup, gather up your grub at the Hub.
Hey, it's Sammy from the Hub Brick Oven and Brewery, inviting y'all to join us in Mound Ridge. The station, Coffee and Bakery, is open at 7:30 a.m. Monday through Saturday for all your coffee, bakery, and ice cream fixes. Don't forget to try one of our delicious appetizers. Our brick oven is fired up from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Come get your grub at the Hub.
HKFM.
So, boy, the only blemish against Great Bend tonight, they've had a blocked extra point and a missed 2-point conversion. They lead 26-0 with 10-17 to go here in the third. Coverage of Crusader football brought to you in part by First National Bank, by Rise Up Reno, by I Need a Cleaners, Holly Sweet Treats, and by Apple Lane Animal Hospital. Panthers will set the tee at the 40 to kick away with their 4th touchdown of the night. Buhler having to punt it away for the second time on their first series of the night. Ball falls off the tee. Little extra work there for the Great Bend kicker, Luke Beck. And he'll punch it away. Here's Martinez from inside the 10. He's got some wheels at the 30, 35. Well, he just bursts right in there and across the 40 up
Ball
to
out.
42, and the ball is out, and Great Bend says they have it.
We'll hope that it's still in the hands of a black jersey here. Now flag comes out. Somebody said something.
And it looks like it's going to be Great Bend ball.
So we had some life there. Fantastic return by Martinez, but ran into a whole pack of Panthers there at the 40, and something was said at the end to kind of add insult to injury. It's going to be a sideline warning on Great Bend.
Sideline warning on Great Bend.
So a fumble on the punt on the kickoff return. It has been a difficult night.
Turnovers have really handicapped Buhler this evening.
Yeah, certainly against good teams, you just can't give them extra possessions. And unfortunately, that is what Buhler has done tonight.
So Great Bend will have the ball again from the Buhler 40, leading 26-0. Here is Minton out of the gun. Pressured as he throws one-on-one. Omocht got tangled up with McKay Zachary at the 15, able to get free, but the pass overthrown. Let me say this too, there may be some, not that any of these people can hear me, unless they brought their radio. There may be some indecision, should I stay or should I leave early? I think these kids deserve for you to stay for the whole game.
Yeah, no doubt. Perfect evening, and let's see if the Crusaders can try to start chipping away. 4 scores isn't impossible to come back from.
I say that, and it's 8:22. It's past my bedtime. 2nd and 10. They'll throw it the flat far side. And Kelly across the 35 to the 36 with that catch. Well, if teams weren't looking, colleges weren't looking at Omocht before tonight, maybe they will start. He's had a big night.
Yep, and he's just a junior, so he'll be back next year. Chance to grow. Good tackle made on the far flat. Got to give credit there to Max Harmon. He made that tackle in space over there.
They're very senior heavy, so he's going to be looking around next year. All my teammates go.
Yes, where'd all my buddies go?
They're down at 4 for the Panthers here at the 34. Minton out of the gun. And on the option, he's going to keep it and be swallowed up for a loss.
Jax Pratt with the big stick for Buhler.
Back at the 35-yard line. See if Coach Beck decides to go with it. Well, it's hard to believe Beck has been at Great Bend for 10 years, but they won 9 games a year ago. Most wins since 2016. He's really did a great job growing this program.
Yeah, they had a moment in the early 2000s where they kind of resurrected the program, then kind of fell back off the radar, but he's gotten this program going.
Premer in motion, Minton out of the gun. Premer is the slot receiver, and Minton is going to throw it downfield to a wide-open Omocht. My question was he past the line of scrimmage? They're going to call him out of bounds at the 2. So a completion up the field, he was apparently not. He ran a long way, Minton did, before he tossed that. And Omocht was wide open on the near sideline. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 2.
And Omocht did a really nice job of just kind of hugging the near sideline. Really kind of got lost. I think the Buhler Crusaders secondary kind of lost him over there.
I don't know how you lose him. The kind of night he's had. I just don't understand. So 1st and goal. Great Bend is going to smash it right up the middle. And a flag, 1 flag, 2 flag, 3 flags out. Looks like Buhler's Black Knight defense stood up. There was never a touchdown signaled. Not that I saw, Matt. Did you see?
I didn't see one, and not for nothing, Panther defenders have been trying to strip the ball out of Buhler runners while they've been on the ground all night long. The play was still, I mean, he had just whistled it dead. It was Burklow who spun the ball carrier down. I think that was a little bit of the officials trying to keep it from getting too chippy. And Jacob's going to wear the brunt of it, I'm afraid.
So a personal foul penalty. That's the first penalty that has been thrown on either team tonight, isn't it? Maybe the second?
So they do give him the touchdown. So
the touchdown finally signaled. Now the extra point. And that is going to be the second blocked kick of the night. No good. 3 missed extra point opportunities for Great Bend, but they lead big with 8:22 to go here in the third. It is 32-0 Panthers. The Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Cupcakes, cookies, cake, oh my. Holly here with Holly Sweet Treats. Come down to my shop at 205 South Main in Hutchinson for sweet treats and fun last-minute gifts. We also offer daily lunch specials, sandwiches, salads, and fresh baked bread. Call us at 888-YUM.
Ready to make a move? Plaza Astle Realty is here to help whether buying or selling your home. With 24 professional agents, you'll be in good hands. Contact Plaza Astle Realty today, locally owned and brokered for over 40 years. We specialize in sold.
The Bradbury Company, headquartered in Mound Ridge, is a family-owned custom equipment builder, and they're hiring qualified candidates for manufacturing roles. Apply online at BradburyGroup.com. The Bradbury Company, wishing the best of luck to all the teams.
For more than 90 years, Hutchinson Community College has been the premier 2-year educational institution in Kansas, offering the highest quality education at an exceptional value. Schedule a personal campus tour today. Visit hutchcc.edu/campus tour.
HKFM.
Well, Great Bend up 32-0. Here's the thing for Great Bend. I think they're a very good football team. 9-1 last year, lost in the second round of the 5A playoffs to kind of, if our nemesis is McPherson, theirs is Hayes.
Yes.
And lost to them. Beat them in the regular season, won the WAC title last year. They're going to assess that unsportsmanlike penalty on the kickoff. They'll easily be able to kick it out of the end zone. Buhler started the 20. But fair, unfair, Class 5A, maybe the toughest class in football to get through.
Yeah,
there are a lot of good teams.
There is, especially on the east side of the bracket. I mean, nothing against the west, but you've got St. James and some of those other outfits there.
I mean, all I need to do is say St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yes. Yeah, there's been some just powerhouses up there in the KC area.
Now, it's probably helped a little bit since Capon has moved down.
Mm-hmm.
There's a handoff, 1st and 10 from the 20. Carry there by Ben Klaus. Forward for about 4 on 1st down. And certainly Bishop Carroll's not what they once were, but there are some really good teams in the East.
Yeah, it's traditionally a pretty tough classification. Of course, Buhler was a 5A for almost the school had never been a 4A up until we switched to 4A here about 20-some-odd years ago.
I mean, they're all tough. You know, 3A's like down there waving, hey, we have to face Andale.
Yep.
Second down and 6. Minton to throw. No, it's Zachary to throw to Martinez. I'm sorry. Martinez up the near sideline to the end zone. Finally. Something to get excited about on the Buhler sideline. Touchdown, Crusaders.
Well, anytime the ball touches Landon Martinez's hands, he has a chance to take it to the house, and a great ball thrown that time by Zachary to Martinez, who just got behind the defender and takes it to the house for Buhler's first score of the evening.
Martinez with our Schmidt Electric spark of the game. Schmidt Electric got spark. A perfect throw, gentlemen, from Asher Zachary.
Beautiful ball. Let's see if the Crusaders can get the PAT here.
An 80-yard catch. The extra point from Wells is up and good. And finally, I'm so sorry I said Minton, it just out of reaction tonight, but a beautiful ball thrown by Asher Zachary up the sideline to Landon Martinez. And the Crusaders have gotten on the board 32-7 from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Big savings are happening right now at Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine in Hutchinson. Don't miss huge markdowns on 2024 holdovers, like the luxurious Jeep Grand Wagoneer L or the electric Dodge Charger Daytona Scat Pack, each with over $14,000 off MSRP. That's right, I said $14,000 off MSRP. And as Mr. Samuels always said,
come by, let's be friends. See dealership for details and exclusions.
HKFM.
32-7 as we were fawning over that catch and run by Lana Martinez. He's going to have a special, we've talked about this a lot, he's going to have a special career here.
Yes, staying healthy is going to be the big thing, but he's dangerous in the return game. He does a great job on the defensive side, turning over the opposition. Then, of course, as a receiver and a running back, a guy, if he gets free, he can go yard on you.
I believe, Matt, you said we needed to get him the ball, right? Is that what you told me?
I did. That was some high-level sports analysis.
All right, here's the kickoff by Wells. It's going to be returned. Short kick from the 35. Great Bend out of bounds at the 48-yard line, 38-yard line. Well, let me say this. It's been all Great Bend tonight, but hey, let's make some positive happen. Let's take some positive away here at the end, go out swinging, and see if this defense can come and get a stop.
No doubt. Buhler still got a quarter and a half to try to make something happen. Now, don't be surprised after a team gives up a big play if they take a crack themselves. So it's kind of one of those scenarios that don't be surprised if Great Bend doesn't try to swing for the fences here.
80-yard touchdown pass from Zachary to Martinez. Now the Panthers go right to the ground game. Well, I tell you what, here, the rest of this game, you better know where number 2 is. He has been the difference for Great Bend tonight. Far side run, up across the 40, and up to the 43-yard line.
Connor Holiday with the quick toss there.
Picks up about 5 on first down. Clock running, 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. 32-7 Great Bend. Panthers left to right from the far side hash mark. Minton out of the gun. And Holiday to his right, throws near side. It's Olmacht. There you go, hit immediately. Great job by Dylan Skripsik to tackle Cooper Olmacht in space for no gain.
And also helping him out that time, McCade Zachary. So good to see those two teaming up, dropping him the instant he caught the football. So 3rd and long here. Let's see if the Black Knights can force a 3 and out.
Loss of a yard actually on the play. They move backwards there, 3rd down. Panthers will come to the line here with 15 of the play clock, 6:17 of the third quarter game clock. Trips to the right. Minton works it out of the shotgun as he has all night, rolling to his left. Throws across his body, and it's batted and well short. And a couple of different Crusaders had a chance at picking that off. Fortunately for Minton, it falls incomplete.
Yeah, Max Harmony was in the vicinity. If he would have saw it a little bit earlier, maybe he could have made a play on the football. But the beautiful thing there, guys, okay, after Buhler has the big scoring play, comes back, forces the 3 and out. These are the kind of things that you build on momentum-wise that, hey, let's get back in this thing.
This will be just the second punt of the night for Great Bend in their first since their first drive. Panthers will punt from their 30. And fair caught by Lana Martinez. Over the years, we've said a lot about that punt returning position. A little bit like a gambler sometimes. As Kenny Rogers said, you've got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. You've got a lot of decisions to make. You got to fair catch it. What are you going to do in a short amount of time?
And you got to know when to run.
That's right.
You guys are full of them tonight.
Oh, man. Hey, you know what? I've been saving them up for you, Matthew.
All right. Buhler had a positive offensive series, scored the last possession. Let's see if we can put 2 scoring possessions in a row together.
From their own 23 after the fair catch. Out of the eye. 2 receivers offset to the right. Ooh, big shot. Max Harmony over the middle. Got a short gain, and then he got torpedoed by Trenton Kern.
Yeah, Kern 6'2", 225, a senior, been out linebacking core. I think this is 3rd year starter, so he's a well-versed linebacker, but good pickup there on first down, 5 yards.
It's across the 25 and up to the 27, second down, and 5. And they'll stay on the ground. The inside handoff. And chewing yardage up across the 30 to the 31. First down stick is up at the 34. So we're looking at 3rd down and 3 here.
See if Buhler can convert here on 3rd down and keep the possession rolling. Clock continuing to roll to be under 5 to go here in the 3rd by the time Buhler snaps it.
3rd and 2, Crusaders.
3rd and short. Stay with the eye. And the option toss to Klaus to the edge. He'll get the first down.
Whoa.
And then a huge hit at the end, and we've got a scrum. And some guys are going to be ejected after this.
Wow.
Holy cow, that was uncalled for. And number 8 doesn't belong in this football game. That's just, you don't do that.
And right in front of the officials.
Unfortunately, some of our guys are just defending their brother, but just uncalled for.
Yeah, it was right in front of the Buhler bench, right near midfield. You know, Klaus celebrating, having a nice run that time. And then immediately
Hayden Kelly came in and
just started whopping people. And, you know, Trent Kern threw some guys around. I mean, it started getting ugly there real quick. So the officials are going to have some deciding to do how they're going to handle this. The interesting thing.
Well, I see Coach Warner very animated about his displeasure about, hey, guys, if you're not involved in the play, you got to stay out of it.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that last year at Augusta. Where a number of guys were removed from the game. And I get it. You see a brother being wronged. I mean, you want to come right to his aid.
Mm-hmm. The interesting thing with how many people there were in such a small area, I think the officials are going to have a hard time knowing who did what.
Yeah.
Because there was a scrum pretty quick.
I guess I just have a hard time. I mean, we're human. I hate to lose. I know you hate to lose.
Yep.
Emotions run high. But if you're Great Bend, you're up 32-7.
Yes.
I don't understand.
Yep.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure Becht, the same as Warner's having with his kids, having that same conversation on their sideline. Hey,
all right,
guys.
Here we go.
Let's see if the official's mic is working. They're going to, I'm assuming, visit with each coach here. Matt, you might have to help us out. Long discussion going on between the white hat and Coach Warner. And the other officials talking to Coach Becht.
Because I know there's going to be some offsetting penalties in this. The initial penalty was on Great Bend. Buhler's going to pick up the penalty for the reaction to it.
Does everybody stay in the game?
I would be shocked, but I did not hear anybody say anything about.
Now, we learned last year, Chris, I don't know that you were with us in Augusta. I don't.
No, that was a game that we did together, Aaron.
But we learned last year that when there is an incident like that, even if you don't get involved, if you come onto the field, they can eject you.
Yep. And the other interesting thing, unless they've changed it, if you do get ejected from a game, the officials have to actually turn you into KWHK for you to be suspended for quarters going forward. If they don't turn it in, then even though you got ejected from the game, there's no future suspension handed down from KWHK.
Now a long discussion with Coach Becht. The official's mic has not worked at all tonight. The initial call, unsportsmanlike.
Personal foul number 10.
So they're going to say offsetting penalties.
That's it. Offsetting penalties, and that's it. Wow.
Resulting the play is a 1st and 10 Crusaders.
So it's going to be first down Buhler. And on we go from the 43. It's a great run by Ben Klaus, by the way. Out of the I formation. And now Asher Zachary, the blitz play on, and he gets
That's
demolished.
going to be a late hit on Great Bend, guys.
And that's going to be another Great Bend penalty. Oh, my gosh.
Well, that time one of the Great Bend defenders just leapt into the air to try to jump onto Zachary.
That was Cale Kern. I'm at the point where we need to just gather our young men and say, hey, guys, enough is enough.
Well, I can tell you that the Buhler coaching staff did do that rather intently.
Because it gets to the point where somebody gets hurt.
Yeah. Well, I know Coach Warner is a firm believer in not retaliating. Let the other team do the talking with their mouth, and Buhler doing her talking with the pads.
So that unsportsmanlike, that personal foul, late hit penalty will move the ball to the Great Bend 45. It'll be 1st and 10. 4:43 meanwhile to go in the third. Boy, they are bringing the house now. And that's paying off for Buhler as there's forward progress for the fullback, Asher McConaughey, who runs for a First National Bank first down up across the 35 to the 34. Hey, go ahead and blitz.
Yeah, there's an old adage in football that I love: you blitz, we score, because it takes people out of position unless you gamble absolutely right.
Another first down run, that time by Asher McConaughey. And 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll stay in the I. Here is Klaus running up the middle across the 30 and up to the 29-yard line.
Buhler crowd kind of.
These crowds on both sides are juiced up too now.
Yeah. Buhler fans looking for kind of some of those extracurricular things that have been going on. But Buhler having some success running right into the teeth of that Great Bend defense. Let's see if the offense can keep things rolling.
Gain of 4 to the 30 by Ben Klaus. It'll be 2nd down and 6. 3:48 now to go in the third. 32-7 Great Bend. They'll stay in the I. They go with a 2 tight set this time. And that inside handoff to the fullback. Forward progress up to the 27-yard line by Asher McConaughey.
So Buhler showing some grit here. Things getting chippy, but Buhler just coming out playing football, running right at him.
I told Coach Warner on a number of occasions, I love the new uniforms.
Yes.
The big white numbers.
Yep.
They are fantastic.
A lot easier to see than the old black on maroon.
They're down in 3 at the 27. And Asher's going to keep it and be slung to the turf. He took a wallop. And it's going to be 4th down.
And unfortunately for Buhler, he lost a couple yards there, so it's going to set up a 4th and 4. The line to gain for Buhler is near the 24-yard line.
Lost a yard back to the 28. Took a big hit at the end of that play.
Boy, his helmet sure did bounce off the turf.
Yeah, it was one of those that he kept it on the option and then just kind of got lost in space. There wasn't really anywhere for him to go, and the Great Bend defenders just surrounded him before he could do anything.
So 4th down. Asher out of the gun. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Slings it right side to Klaus. One got to beat, but then gets caught from behind, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
It's a tough break for Buhler that time as they try to go the swing pass to Klaus, and he was able to make the first defender meet, but one of the linebackers or D linemen came from the interior of the defense and just closed in a hurry and was able to slam the door and drop Klaus short of the line to gain.
And so Great Bend will take over on the turnover on downs.
A Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. Andale over Rose Hill 53-13 at the end of 3. They've got a running clock going down there. The last score we had in the McPherson-Chanute game was Mac leading Chanute 21-6 at half.
Great Bend 1st and 10 from their own 29. Holiday to the left side. I may misjudge this, but I would expect at this point now to see, if Great Bend can move the ball running the football, to see a lot of handoffs here going forward.
Can't imagine they're going to want to stop the clock any more than we want to stop the clock.
Except for Holiday ran out of bounds at the 32 on the Great Bend sideline.
They are still teenagers.
2nd down and 7 after that gain of 3. Here is Minton to throw. Steps up in the pocket. And it's picked off by Landon Martinez. Picked off at the 45. Returned to the Great Bend side to the 30. Still on his feet at the 25. How about that sophomore Landon Martinez with a second great play tonight. Take that. Turnover, Crusaders.
Great job, Martinez, continuing to show that he is a threat if you are throwing the football against Buhler. Did a great job of reading that ball. Minton kind of scrambled around for quite a while, underthrew it a little bit, but Martinez read it perfectly, picked it. And then the neat thing with Landon, too, he's not just a guy that's going to pick it and go 5 yards before he gets run down. I mean, he gashed that Great Bend offense. Great return. Buhler's knocking on the doorstep of the red zone.
Well, I've been so impressed by Minton tonight. I will say that. As Buhler's got it 1st and 10 from the 21, inside handoff. Hard run for Klaus up to the 18. We just haven't seen Minton make a lot of mistakes tonight. He's been really, really good, and a rare mistake for him.
Coming into tonight, he had yet to throw a pick, and so great job there by Martinez picking him off.
Well, still in the third quarter with 1:40 to go. It'll be 2nd and 7 after a gain of 3. Buhler started this drive from the Great Bend 19. After that inside Klaus run, they stay in the eye. And Asher's going to drop back to pass. Pump fakes, now lets it go and throws it low. Intended for Landon on the far side right at his feet.
Well, if you're going to throw a pass in the flat and miss, it's better to throw it low. That time the intended target was Garrett Gleason. But he had 2 defenders right over the top of him. So good job by...
Well, probably the 2 loudest plays of the game so far tonight. The turnover on downs that Buhler had on their last possession, and then that INT. The crowds have been giving it back and forth to each other.
No doubt. And like you said, there's still a really good crowd on hand for Buhler despite the deficit.
2nd down and 7. Flag out on the play action pass, and Asher's going to be swallowed up back at the 25. There was a flag out by the far side official on the Great Bend sideline. And we'll see what that call is. Did somebody move early? Was there a hold?
Buhler's retreating, so I think it's going to be, unfortunately, on the Crusaders.
It is a false start penalty.
Penalty with false start against the Crusaders.
Great Bend will decline the penalty, and it'll be 4th down. That loss of yardage back to the 16, a loss of 3.
The line to gain is about halfway between the 12 and 11-yard line.
Asher out of the gun, trips to the right side. Screen play to Klaus. 25, trying to get to the edge and then slung down. It's going to be another turnover on downs. There's too much real estate in front of Ben Klaus. And this Great Bend team is, their defense is full of speed.
Yeah, and what really impressed me on that play, it was a screen pass, and it was the D lineman from Great Bend that hustled, really unhitched the wagon and got out there in the flat and were able to hit Klaus after a couple-yard pickup.
Well, I think we're all settled down a little bit now. The old announcer got a little excited too. Sorry, guys. Great Bend's going to have it for their own 22. You just want to... You know how it is. You want to see your guys have success so bad.
No doubt.
But you appreciate the effort of the other guys, too. And Minton's going to be out of the gun here. 57 seconds to go in the third. They'll give it off on the ground to Holiday. It'll be interesting to see for Great Bend who the I don't follow 5A a ton. Forward progress to the 22. It's a gain of 6. Who are those other teams you've got circled in 5A that are going to be serious contenders?
Well, when you just look at
Hayes, right?
Yeah, Hayes will be one of them. And, they have one more non-league game. They go to Wichita next week against North. Historically, has not had a lot of success. So, I mean, they probably won't get tested until they get into WHAC action.
Out of the gun, it's going to be a keeper by Minton. Quarterback run. He's got a first down up the middle and gets across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Obviously, wouldn't be till the state championship game, but St. Thomas Aquinas is looming out there. Hutch, I will say, of course, they're not on Great Bend's schedule, but Hutch has got one of the better teams they've had in recent years.
Yeah, them blowing out Andover Central week 1 really kind of caught some eyes.
Well, Coach Vernon is well respected in the area, and he's got the Salthawks playing well. Well, that will get us to the end of the third. Great Bend up 32-7 from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Life is better with American Family Insurance because our agents provide specialized local expertise to help you get the right coverage at the right price. We understand that farming is at the heart of what you do, and we want to help protect what you've worked so hard for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves. Contact Tara Haslauer, agent at Tara Haslauer Agency, LLC at 2612 North Main Street in Hutchinson today, or call 620-921-3343. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Farmers, turn your old equipment and materials into cash at Scrap Management Industries. Tractors, irrigation pipes, storage tanks, and more. No amount is too big or too small. Recycle it for cash with Scrap Management Industries in Hutchinson at Avenue G and Main.
Are you considering putting up a fence, building a garage, adding on to your home, or purchasing ground? For all your surveying needs, contact Alpha Land Surveys at Hutchinson at 620-728-0012 or go to alphalandsurveys.com.
HKFM.
Well, here we go to the fourth. And gentlemen, am I the only one who felt like the third quarter was the entire second half? Like, we still have 12 minutes to go.
Yeah, that quarter did not go quickly into the night.
Well, the fact that the officials stopped for a very long powwow only to give offsetting penalties did not add to it, or did not help.
I'm still surprised that at least one player from each team did not get ejected in that.
I think it was just so many people in such a melee, in such a small area they couldn't see.
All right, here's the handoff. And Great Bend has got an injured lineman on the play. It's Carter Brown. And I certainly, let me say this too. I never want to call out a play. That's not my job. That's the official's job. We don't want to call out specific players. And if we gave any illusion of doing that, I completely apologize for that. It's the official's job to officiate the game, and not an easy job sometimes.
And our job to criticize everyone else.
Oh, the old armchair quarterback. Second down and 3. Minton's going to keep it and race up the middle. He'll have a first down into Buhler territory at the 49-yard line. I respect it. I know a lot of officials. I respect the heck out of the officials and the job that they have to do. You know, at the college and NFL level, they have all these fancy tools and replays, and our guys on Friday night just got to call it on the fly.
There's no replay booth, no New York City to send the footage to, so it is just the guys on the field from their vantage point.
Well, and the reason we armchair quarterback is because we cannot reel quarterback.
Yeah, and I don't think high school officials are doing this for the money either.
No,
so let's first and 10, Great Bend. They'll find Omak. Man, that play, guys, in the flat to Omak has worked time after time after time tonight. Forward progress up to the 42.
Yeah, and Omak continues to have a big night. How many yards did he have at the half? I didn't have the headset on, so I couldn't hear.
Well, Andrew said that he had 75% of their offense in the first half.
Okay.
So he's had a big night.
Tackle made by Crusader number 20, Max Harmony, 2nd and 3.
Second down and 3. Max Harmony made that stop for the Crusaders. Minton going with a hard count again. And the clock runs inside 5 seconds. See if they get this ball snapped off. They just do. Minton slings it over the middle. That is Premer with a catch, and he is gone to the end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders. You saw a classic case of why he's so hard to bring down. McCade Zachary tried to lay out an ankle tackle him, and he's just too big and strong for that.
Yeah, and that time they got the one-on-one matchup they were looking for as McCade was manned up with Premer. And unfortunately, when you're playing defense, the offensive guy knows where he's going, so he's just going to be a little step quicker. And Premer gets his first score of the night.
Great Bend has missed 3 extra point attempts tonight. They're going to go for the conventional PAT here. And it is blocked again. Did Asher McConaughey do that?
It was Asher, yes. Second time for the night for Asher, and one for Noah.
Well, another blocked PAT. 9:51 to go in the game. 38-7 from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Like to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is...
Are you ready to introduce your little one to the exciting world of basketball? Look no further than Hutchrek's Little Dribblers program, now open for registration. Little Dribblers is the perfect way to get your children ages 3 to 6 started on their basketball journey. Register now in person at 17 East 1st or online at hutchrek.com.
Visit hutchrek.com and take a peek at all of the healthy living and community spirit activities and events we're offering this season. Your community recreation provider.
HKFM.
Our coverage of Crusader football tonight brought to you in part by Bank of the Plains, by Plaza Astor Realty, by the Bradbury Company, by Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and by Hutchinson Community College. Trying to sneak in some other Crusader athletics this week. Our cross-country team had their big home invite yesterday. Great girls finished second to Great Bend. Corbin Starkweather fourth, Bella Friesen fifth. Gavin Lindahl was third in the boys race as the Panthers will kick off from the 40. Martinez and company back deep. Line drive kick. It'll be picked up off the turf at the 11 by Landon. And here he goes across the 25-30. One man to beat. It's the kicker at the 50. Up the sideline. He's going to the house. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Crusaders!
Landon Martinez cannot touch the ball enough times. What a kid. Great return that time. As that ball, he had to kind of wait for what felt like an eternity as the kick team was pursuing him down the field, but he patiently waited for it, got it, and then once he saw his seam, hit up the afterburners and took it to the house for 6.
Unofficially 89 yards.
Yes, and that we will start delving into the record books to see where that ranks out in all-time return distances for Buhler.
It's going to bring up some of those old names from your era, Chris, that we talk about all the time, I have a feeling.
We will dig in here right now.
Second touchdown of the night, both by Landon Martinez, an 80-yard touchdown pass from Asher Zachary early in the third quarter. And that 89-yard run. The name is on the tip of my tongue that you're going to tell me here in a minute. I know because we've talked about it. Here's Wells for the PAT. It is up and good. And Buhler trims Great Bend's lead, 38-13, 9:39 to go in the game for the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Whether you need twice a week commercial waste and recycling service, or weekly single or multifamily residential waste collection and recycling pickup, Stutzman Refuse Disposal offers a variety of affordable services and plans that can be customized to suit your waste removal needs. Just one more reason to choose Stutzman Refuse Disposal. Our business is picking up.
Parking lots and driveways can be expensive to install. This is Derek Fees. Let APAC Kansas Shears Division help you properly maintain these investments. Patching, crack filling, sealing, and striping are just some of the services we provide. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
Great news! Pools Plus is extending the fair spa sale through the end of September. All in-stock spas are at an all-time low and ready to be delivered. Call 620-662-0202 to schedule your pool closing. Shop local. Shop Pools Plus, 21 East 1st in downtown Hutchinson.
HKFM.
Well, back here for the kickoff. Not the longest kickoff return in school history, Chris, but it's up there in the top 5.
Yeah, Lemoyne Lackey, 93-yard return against Haven in 1963. Landis Richardson, I was on the team back when he took it 90 yards in 1996. Jordan Oden had a 90-yard return, so we believe that would have been the 4th or 5th, excuse me, because Riley Allen has the record. We missed that one against Mack in 2012.
Way back in the day, how much did you love to beat Pratt?
Oh, that was a big game.
Yeah, that was.
They would have been the defending 4A state champion in that 1996 game when we beat them.
They squid it here. Great Bend's going to have it. 9:38 to go in the game from their own 36. I would expect more running here, but we'll see. Tripp stacked to the left side with Minton out of the gun. And they will hand it off up the middle. Nothing there for Holiday. Give him forward progress up to the 38, so a gain of 2.
Holiday.
Was talking cross country yesterday. My kid had set a new personal best record. Yes, pretty proud of him. The cross country will go to Rimrock next week. Soccer won 5-1 last night over Salina Central. They've won 2 straight and 3 of 4. And they have a big one on Tuesday against their rivals, Mac, here at Crusader Stadium. Here's a quarterback draw, and Minton nowhere to go. Good stop by the Black Knight defense. No gain on the play, 3rd down and long.
Yeah, PR is always a fantastic thing to hear in cross country.
Number 87, Jacob Berklow.
Golf 2 big meets this week. Second Monday at Wellington. Annika Paulsrud was second in that. Kid posted a 77.
Yep.
She can swing it.
And Wellington, not the easiest of courses out there.
They were 6th yesterday. A lot of good 5A teams in that meet at MAC. Well, it's good to have Coach Torg back, too. Coach Brennan Torgerson had his first 2 meets back as coach this week. So glad to see him. Here's a motion play as they put Omocht in motion, and it is blown dead before the snap, and Great Bend wants a timeout here. 8:12 to go in the game, 38-14. Great Bend with the ball and the lead in the 4th quarter. The Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
The Hutch Medicine Shop's CBD selection has dramatically increased. We carry the United States' top CBD brands, as well as the local brand Prairie Hills Hemp Company. Why are people increasingly buying CBD? Mainly for sleep, anxiety, and pain. The Medicine Shop sells creams, lotions, oils, and bath bombs, as well as gummies containing THC and THC-free. We have a wide variety of prices, starting at $10. The Medicine Shop in Midtown Hutch.
HKFM.
8:12 to go here in the game. Here in West Crusader, Matt Atherton with you tonight from Crusader Stadium. We'll go on the road. Just ready to go to Towanda. I have a Towanda story for you guys. When we're talking about stories.
This ought to be good.
Yeah. You know, the motorcycles came through tonight. That's really cool.
Yes,
see,
yes.
Little motorcycle rally there around the track before the game started. Meanwhile, we've got a 3rd and 8 here. Empty backfield set and a fumbled snap and flags out at the snap. There was all kinds of movement. I was talking to Coach about this week. We'll get the call from the White Hat. And we lost his dad, John, in 2016. It's a false start on Great Bend. That'll move them backwards. But he loved motorcycles. He was a member of a couple of motorcycle clubs. And Chris, you haven't been there, but the baseball fields at Towanda at Circle High School are quite a walk. There's a long concrete path from the parking lot to the field, similar to how it is here at Buhler.
Okay.
High snap on a 3rd down and 13, taking the screen pass incomplete over the middle by Minton. And that'll be 4th down for the Panthers. Near the 32, but Coach Warner's dad used to come to all coaches' games. So full of great stories, but he decided he didn't want to walk from the parking lot down to where you go to watch the game there at Towanda. So he just drove his motorcycle down the path, down the sidewalk.
Nice.
And pulled up right next to the stands.
That's a flex right there.
Great Bend's going to punt it away here. And it'll land near the 32. There's nobody back for Buhler, so Panthers are going to down it at the 29. The funny thing about that was watching the little ticket taker gal for Circle chasing Mr. Warner down the sidewalk on his
on his Harley.
On his Harley. Sir, you can't do that. Oh my gosh. I don't know, maybe he had to be
No,
there.
it's I can envision it. I know a few family members I could see doing something similar.
If you ever met Coach Warner's dad, just a great personality. So proud of his son. Here's Asher out of the gun, play action. Zachary rolling to his right, and he's going to tuck it and run. And Kearns going to sling him to the turf, and maybe got up a little bit too high with that tackle, and flags come out. Boy, those Kearns, we told you about them, those two linebackers. You know, what impresses me about them, you talk about motors, Asher McConaughey is kind of that guy for us. They're just instinct at getting to every play. They just right in the middle of that defense.
And unfortunately for Buhler, we've got McCade Zachary down on the play. Hopefully it's just a cramp. They're working on his knee, though.
Doc Lockey right out there near midfield. Certainly no malicious intent there by Trenton Kern. Just got that tackle a little bit too up high. Horse collar is going to be the penalty against Gray Ben, and McCade Zachary walking off under his own power.
15-yard penalty.
Has the look of a cramp, but we won't certainly don't want to speculate.
It's interesting, guys. I had a really good look at that. That horse collar happened right in front of me. Chris, you'll have to help me on that rule. As long as you have grabbed the jersey, but you're not inside the neck, that's not a horse collar, is it?
I think it's just if you are up just high up near the top, and it just kind of looks like, I don't know if you have to necessarily reach inside if you're just high enough.
Going to hand it off here, 1st and 10 from the 44 after the penalty.
Because what they're trying to avoid, and you guys know you've seen
that
it.
Sling tackle.
Yes, or if somebody's behind somebody, some of the most dangerous horse collars are where you're getting run down from behind and somebody grabs you up high and you don't know it's coming. I've seen some really nasty injuries over the years with that.
Kern had 2 fistfuls of Asher's jersey, but he was not inside the neck opening, so I wasn't sure what the rule was.
Progress up to the 47. Well, that's a great way. You think about a broken collarbone or a dislocated shoulder. Coach Warner wants a timeout here. I felt like a generous spot given there. We'll take it to the 47. And a 2nd down and 8 timeout by the Crusaders. Crusader football brought to you by Prairie Hills Financial, by Ray & Sons Roofing, Alpha Land Surveys, by Apex Shears, and by the Medicine Shop. So, a lot coming up next week in Crusaders sports. Mentioned our soccer team will be home on Tuesday. Let's pack the stands against McPherson. Cross country a week from tomorrow goes to Rimrock. Our volleyball team will be back in action at Andale on Tuesday. Found out this week that tennis is going to host not only their league meet, but they also get to host regionals coming up. So,
well, that's fantastic.
A lot to look forward to in Crusader Athletics. Get out and support our kids. We have some terrific kids just doing some great things.
Fall sports have been a good season for Buhler historically the last couple of years.
And, of course, our marching band, first competition a week from tomorrow, the Air Capital Invitational in Goddard. They are the very last band to perform, I believe, at 4:45. Before that, they'll be marching in the Buhler Frolic Double Parade.
Yep, hard to believe we're already just the last weekend before the Frolic.
You know what the Frolic means? For me, that means pronto pups.
Yes, yes.
2nd down and 8. Asher Zachary's going to toss it over the middle. He's got a completion. There's Jax Pratt. Far side and driven down at the 49. Still on Buhler's side of the field, looking at about a 3rd and 5 after that catch.
Zachary's pass to Pratt, complete. Good for 2 yards.
We'll have Monty Cross, who's part of the Frolic committee, on with us at halftime next Friday night. They've actually got 2 big concerts this year, one Friday night and one on Saturday night. And so something a little bit new to add to the festivities. We're talking about supporting our kids. Both the high school and middle school marching bands will be in the parade. Here's Zachary out of the gun on 3rd and 5, rolling out to his right to pass. He's going to throw it last minute, and it's caught. Up at the 30, that's the First National Bank first down, and a nice throw and catch from Zachary to Dylan Skripczyk.
And good job that time by Asher Zachary, staying in the pockets, trying to scan downfield, finally finds Dylan Skripczyk. The good thing for the Crusaders, it might seem like there's not a lot to be playing for, but just getting more reps against a good defense.
Better.
Yes, yeah.
So Buhler out of the Great Bend 30, 1st and 10. Asher out of the gun with Klaus to his right. Single receiver to the far side is Martinez. And Martinez one-on-one with Omach to the end zone, incomplete.
And Omach just doing a good job of running Martinez kind of out of the route as he was going step for step for them, and Martinez was just trying to get space and ran out of real estate over there along the far side of the end zone.
Landon's a little bit shorter. But I can see him as he grows being very similar body type to Cooper Omont.
Yeah, I mean, Martinez is just going to continue to get better, quicker, faster, stronger, bigger. Yeah. Every positive adjective you can think of.
2nd down and 10 from the 30. Trips spread to the left. Single receiver right is Eli White. He'll make his first catch of the season. And positive yardage across the 25, a yard shy of the first down. A little quick out route up to the 22. We're looking at about a 3rd down and 2.
Eli White, a 5'10", 150-pound senior. Of course, big brother Ethan White was a quarterback the last time the Crusaders made it to the state title game. Great family.
His very first, believe his very first play at quarterback was the final play of the state title game in 2013. They let him run the last play. Here's a toss play right side. Klaus and one of the Kern brothers wraps him up shy of a first down. It's going to be 4th down and about 1.
Cale Kern that time slinging him to the turf. Clock continuing to melt away here as we're going to be under 4 here probably at the next snap.
I remember that day in 2013, Coffeyville had all those athletes. I mean, they had a really impressive season. And I think felt very confident going in, but so did we. And Buhler dominated the game.
Yeah, that was a fun day in Salina.
4th down and 2. See if Buhler could make a conversion here. And the option toss. Klaus is going to put the shoulder pad down and not be denied this time. The late toss on the Buhler sideline. Buhler going left to right. And up inside the 15 to the 14. It'll be 1st and 10. Another First National Bank first down.
Buhler now inside the red zone. See if the Crusaders can cap this drive off with a score.
And Klaus looks like he's going to be sore tomorrow. He's been hit a number of times tonight.
Oh, he's hobbling.
Play action. Asher wants to throw and pitches it late, and was it picked off?
Unfortunately, yes.
Cooper Omocht. And a turnover with 3:18 to go.
Yeah, tried a little kind of just shovel pass underneath. But
the scary part of that is that Ben Klaus is hobbling off the field.
Yeah, he did not look good. Even just trying to carry out his fake, he couldn't hardly move. So we'll hope that Ben can get better before next week's game against the T-Birds.
I wonder if we should get the ball back, if that'll be the final time we see the starting offense tonight.
Very well could be.
Unfortunately, another turnover is at the 3rd in the game. 2nd INT. And Great Bend will take over with 3:18 to go here in the 4th quarter at their own 15-yard line. We'd invite you to join us Monday night for our Crusader Coaches Show. We'll be live from AJ Sports Grill inside the alley at 6:30 to talk Crusader football. We had Ben Klaus and Logan Turner on the show with us last week. So we highlight our Crusaders in our player profile. 6:30 Monday night at AJ's. You can join us live, and they feed us pizza on Monday nights. And I like Coach, but I'd go if he wasn't there even because of the pizza.
Yes, good stuff.
And he and I, we both like Supreme, which.
Oh, okay. Now we're not friends.
Yeah.
And we're out.
So he and I are on the same wavelength. I think he gets the Supreme because Letha won't eat it.
Hey. See, as a pepperoni guy, I'm very bitter about all these people that don't order pepperoni but yet eat it all.
I like pepperoni too.
Well, everybody loves pepperoni.
Here's Holiday on a left side run. 1st and 10, gets across the 20 and up to the 22.
Nice tackle made there by Jacob Miller. Black Knight defense definitely not letting up here. Even though they're down a couple scores, still playing hard, trying to finish this game out.
I'm a traditional pizza. I don't like taco pizza, or people put like weird things on pizza.
So what you're saying, Aaron, is you don't like variety. That is so surprising.
No, I like variety as long as it's like meant to be, as
long as it's variety that you approve of.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yes. 2nd down and 3 here at the 22 clock running with 2:33 to go. And Minton out of the gun, handoff. Shy of the 1st down, the stick is up at the 25, stopped at the 24.
In on the stop for Buhler. Number 27, which we do not have on the roster.
The 3rd down and 1.
Making the stop for Buhler, number 87, Jacob Burklow. 3rd and 1.
I guess I can't read.
Jacob Burklow.
That makes sense why there isn't a 27. Good job by Burklow running him down from behind.
Sophomore defensive lineman. Well, I know that tonight is not obviously gone the way we wanted. And I don't say this braggadociously. It's certainly not going to be easy. Out of the gun, Minton, he'll run. Right side going to be stopped short. Nice job of the Black Knight defense. Standing him up for no gain. It's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, and the nice thing is this doesn't knock Buhler off track for a league title, division title.
I look at the rest of that schedule, and they can win the rest of their games. So that's not a guarantee they will. Going to Wamego is going to be tough. Going to McPherson is going to be tough. But they have the talent to win all of those games.
No doubt. It's all about entering that postseason with some momentum and a good record to get that good seed. It'll be interesting to see how things shake out. Like we said, Buhler was number 2 in the West coming into tonight in the standings.
Did you guys see that? The Great Bend has 55 checked in at running back now on a 4th and 1. Carter Brown, who is typically the starting center. Am I the only one that saw that?
I think they were in punt.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe they're going to hand it off to 6', 285 Carter Brown.
You're trying to let him have a blaze of glory, but the tough thing with them in the down and distance situation. So
54 seconds left. Interested to see. This is year 2 of the schedule cycle, right? So we'll have a new schedule next year.
Yep.
New classifications next year.
Yes, and the count day is coming up next week for KWHK. So all sports for this year will be classified after the count next week, and football, the 2-year cycle, will begin anew beginning next fall. But we'll get those numbers. Of course, we'll have the football number and also have the other sport number as well.
Sometimes some of those schools on the fringes of the classifications can change.
And Great Bend goes for it, just trying to keep it in their offense's hand.
And they do move the chains across the 25 to the 27. That'll be a 1st down. Now they can run the clock out. I always feel bad for, maybe a a 2A in a sport, all of a sudden in the postseason they've got to play in 3A. It's like, man.
Yeah, it usually pays to be one of the bigger classes in your class and not one of the smallest teams in your class. Doesn't matter what sport, what cut line you're talking about.
Well, they can take a knee.
And they have.
And that'll do it, and Great Bend is going to win. Panthers win 2 in a row in the series, back-to-back games against the Crusaders. They'll stay undefeated. As coming into tonight, the number 3 team in 5A. Why do we have fireworks going off?
Somebody from Great Bend brought some down here, so right there, fittingly in Smoker's Alley for those of you that know Buhler well.
I don't know that that's legal.
Yes.
All right, Great Bend wins it 3-0. They will go to Wichita North next week. That'll be their 3rd game on the road, and then home against Dodge City on October the 3rd. Buhler, we've got 2 straight on the road beginning next week. 2 Circle next Friday, and then at Wamego on the 3rd of October. 38-7 is the final, and our Crusaders, tough one tonight. We'll talk about it coming up. Rise Up Reno Locker Room Show begins next here on HKFM.
You've been listening to Buhler Crusader Football on HKFM. Stay tuned next for the Rise Up Reno Locker Room Show. Stream Crusader Football on your smartphone with the Ad Astra radio app. Crusader Football on HKFM.
Are you building a house?
A swimming pool?
Are your lights flickering?
Call Schmidt Electric.
That's Schmidt Electric. 960-6755. Schmidt Electric will take care of all your electrical needs.
Got Spock?
Isaacson Insurance Agency, 38 years in business, available 24/7 to handle all your insurance needs. Visit isaacsonagency.com or call 620-727-0653 to start saving today. Isaacson Insurance Agency, free to do what's right for you.
At Blue Stem Communities, they believe in living well at every stage of life. With trusted locations in McPherson, Heston, North Newton, and Hutchinson, they're proud to offer vibrant senior living options from independent living to assisted care and skilled nursing. Each community is grounded in compassion, connection, and a commitment to nonprofit mission. Come and see what living well can be at Blue Stem Communities. Live well with Blue Stem Communities in McPherson, Heston, North Newton, and Hutchinson.
Hi, this is James with IdeaTech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Buhler. IdeaTech is a proud supporter and the preferred internet provider of the Buhler Crusaders. As the Crusaders know, speed wins. We back up our lightning-fast internet with a customer-first philosophy. That means you will talk to a live person from our office in Buhler when you call in. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on Check Availability. Or you can call us at 620-543-5000 to inquire more about our services.
The Anchor Inn and Anchor Away have been serving authentic Mexican food to Hutchinson and surrounding communities for over 35 years. Treat friends and family to the Anchor's legendary dishes in their large banquet room, famous buffet, and relaxed atmosphere. Open Monday through Saturday. For the same great food with the convenience of a drive-thru, visit Anchor Away at B and Adams. Like Anchor Inn and Anchor Away on Facebook for specials. Anchor Inn and Anchor Away, authentically delicious in downtown Hutchinson.
Crusader Football on HKFM.
And back here from Crusader Stadium, coverage tonight brought to you by Blue Stem Communities, by AJ Sports Grill, by Buhler Dental Care, by Central Prairie Co-op, and by Hutch Auto Body. 38-7 the final. It was 20-0 at halftime. Great Bend quickly made it 26-0 and then 32-0. They had the lead with 8:22 to go in the third. And Landon Martinez took a pass reception for Asher Zachary up the Buhler sideline, 80 yards. Made it 32-7 with 7:36 to go in the third. And Martinez also an 89-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. That came early in the fourth quarter. Buhler's 2 second-half scores. And as we do Just a couple of quick takeaways. Two things for me tonight. Number one would be an immediate difference in the game is the turnovers. And against a good team, you can't do that. Buhler came in.
+1 on turnovers.
They came in +1, but they had 6 in the first 2 games.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is too many.
Yeah.
That's something they've got to get fixed.
Yeah, turnovers kill. And like you said, good teams make you pay for those turnovers. And Great Bend, there's a reason why they're ranked in 5A. And, I mean, they'll be a playoff team that'll go quite a ways in that classification. And good teams penalize you big time for turning it over. And, yeah, that's a big reason why Buhler was down the 3 scores there at the half.
The other thing that really concerned me there at the end of the game is you've got McCade Zachary, you've got Ben Klaus, some different guys banged up, limping around a little bit. Last thing you want to do in a game like this is get one of your important guys hurt.
Yeah, you got to live to fight another day, and so hopefully Buhler got out tonight without being banged up too bad, because now, you know, you really kind of get into the league portion of the schedule with Circle coming up next week, and then that tough non-league game against Wamego, but everything is league other than Wamego, and of course Wamego, one of the powers in Class 4A.
Well, after what we did at Wamego in the playoffs last year, you know that they are, they've had that date circled.
Yes, that will be a circled game in Boomtown.
So tough loss tonight. Did see some good things. At times we were able to move the ball. I think we talked about them running between the tackles and how successful that had been. Liked what I saw there. I mean, our guys are scrapping hard, you know, and again, I go back to the fact that we've got a number of sophomores out there starting.
And a very positive thing tonight, too, the boys do not quit. And there's some teams that they go down 3 or 4 scores, they just mail it in and they stop playing hard. We didn't have anybody from Buhler stop playing hard this evening, and you know, when Great Bend kind of was getting chippy and mouthy at the end, Buhler was able to keep their composure and still play hard.
So 38-14, another positive takeaway. We blocked 3 PATs tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Great Bend, that's one of the things that could really be an Achilles heel for them if they don't get that cleaned up, because, yeah, against in a closer game, you know, a missed PAT, just 1 could be the difference, and us blocking 3 tonight was fantastic.
All right, we'll hear from Coach, get our play and the player of the game when we come back. From Crusader Stadium, our Rise Up Reno Locker Room show continues next on HKFM.
Coming up on the Rise Up Reno Locker Room show, we'll name tonight's player of the game and hear final stats in our Dix Phillips 66 post-game fill-up. Your home for Crusader football is HKFM.
This is Darren Eddy with Ag 360 Insurance in Inman. For years, we've been known for our great service with our ag customers. But did you know we can handle your family or small business insurance needs as well? We would love an opportunity to sit down and visit with you about what we can do for you. As an independent agency, we can shop different coverage options for you. Stop by our office on Old K61 in Inman, or give Cody Moores or myself a call today at 620-585-2128. Or check us out online at ag360insurance.com.
Today's technology and yesterday's values. Your Central Prairie Co-op team, helping maximize crops and growing that livestock. Your partner in production, count on CPC. With full service and convenience, locations close to you, where full value's always guaranteed. You get today's technology and yesterday's values. Call your Central Prairie Co-op team.
Newfelt's Flooring in Buhler, a few miles out of the city, light years out of the ordinary. Since first opening their doors in 1965, Newfelt's Flooring has offered one-of-a-kind flooring and accessories that perfectly pull your project together. That long-standing tradition continues today. Regardless of budget, Newfelt's Flooring can help turn your dreams into realities. Visit their showroom at 110 West 2nd in Buhler and find Newfelt's Flooring online at newfelts.com.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back here from Crusader Stadium, let's get tonight's play and player of the game. Our Hub Brick Oven play of the game. Hold the world famous Brick Oven Pizza. Get your grub at the Hub in Mound Ridge. kickoff return for a touchdown, fellas, or are we okay with that?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Atlanta Martinez with the unofficially 89-yard kickoff return for a touchdown for our Humphrey Coven play of the game. And then I'm going to throw one out you for player of the game and see what you guys think. How do you feel about Asher McConaughey? Are we okay with that?
Yep.
I thought he played really tough in the middle. A couple of those PAT blocks. And, Chris, you were talking about the guys not quitting even when it was frustrating. He is chief among those guys. He played all the way through the game even though it had been decided, he did not quit.
If there was maybe a runner-up, most of the night I thought Jacob Miller did a really good job on Ian Premer.
Yeah, I mean, Premer had a pretty quiet night for himself offensively and defensively. And, he's a guy, like I said, he's going to Notre Dame to be an offensive player. So, I mean, for Jacob to get out there and deal with a guy that's that big and that quick and really make him a non-factor tonight, that was great work by Jacob.
Asher McConaughey, our Whipco Steel Products Man of Steel tonight. Whipco Steel Products, the expert in steel fabrication. We'll get post-game thoughts from head coach Steve Warner. Coach, I know a lot to process after this one, but always like to start with positives. Excuse me, another night when your guys didn't quit.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't the way we wanted it to turn out. They're very athletic and very good. Very impressed with their defense and the speed that they had on it. I know one thing, I'm tired of seeing number 51. We've watched him for 3 years, and I'm glad he's graduating.
I know things became very frustrating in the second half with some unsportsmanlike penalties that were thrown, and I was really confused at what led to that play and why it was necessary, I guess. I don't know if that's a fair question. But
well, one of our kids got hit late out of bounds.
Yeah.
Probably out of bounds by a yard, and then we were stupid. We talk about it. I coach it up. It's not acceptable.
Yes.
And I hate, I don't want to talk about punishment, but there are going to be kids punished. That's ridiculous. It's embarrassing to me.
I guess I was questioning it, why the late hit and the purpose for it, but maybe that's a discussion for another day.
Well, right, but the late hit. I mean, we let that. We get 15 yards. We get a first down, and we go on.
Yeah.
You respect the game. The game is bigger than the people that were not very smart doing the things that they did.
Yeah, certainly a learning opportunity for our young men, and probably the biggest difference in the game tonight. Turnovers really hurt you.
Yes, it definitely was that because we were struggling to move the ball on offense anyway, and turnovers hurt. I mean, their speed, they're better on the line than I thought they were going to be. I thought we could move the line, but then the two linebackers were just outstanding. And 51-7, they're good football players.
Absolutely. Talked about defining moments. Last couple of weeks is certainly an opportunity to go to work this week, and even though an outcome that is very frustrating, an opportunity to make your team better, though.
Without a doubt. I mean, we didn't quit. We kept fighting. We kept playing hard. And obviously Landon Martinez continues to shine. We've got to find ways to get him the football. And we know when we're at our best, we're in the I formation running downhill. And we've still got to find ways to get him the 4 touches. He's an outstanding player. And I don't think putting him at tailback would be the answer because it'd be in the same situation that Ben is in. But out on the perimeter, when he has one guy to beat, he's pretty outstanding.
I thought, for the most part, you matched up Jacob Miller with Ian Premer tonight. He's very talented, obviously. I thought Jacob did a good job.
He did do a good job and took him out of the game. And, of course, as soon as they started running the ball and we put Jacob back in the box and they throw a touchdown pass to him. So they just have so many weapons because their running back's good, their quarterback's good, all the receivers are good. They're very talented.
All right, well, hopefully excuse me, Coach. Injury-wise, you get out of this one okay. Hopefully McCade's okay. I don't know if that was just a cramp or what that was. But
no, it was his knee, so hopefully it's not anything serious. We'll definitely know more if I get back in the locker room.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate your time as always, and we'll talk to you on Monday at the Coaches Show.
Thank you.
Head coach Steve Warner with his thoughts after the game, and certainly that's was one of my 2 takeaways: the turnovers and then potential injuries in a game that's kind of out of your control late. Key kid like a McCade Zachary who plays both ways for you. Certainly hope that knee's okay.
Yeah, no doubt. It's a long season. There's just 8 games in the regular season. So the crazy thing about it, we are just 3 games into the first part of the season, but hopefully all our guys can get some rest and relaxation over the weekend and get those bumps and bruises healed up to get ready to go to Towanda next week.
All right, final thoughts, Matthew, from you. Just to take away from tonight and where we go to get things back moved in the right direction next week.
Yeah, I think Coach Warner likes to talk about the fact that week 1 to week 2 is a really important week for him. I think sometimes the week after your first loss is almost equally as important. And the reality is, right, Buhler got exposed tonight. Now, you could look at it this way and say, we're not going to face teams every week that are as good as Great Bend, so whatever. I think that would be a foolish way to look at it because the playoffs are still coming down the road, and there are other teams with really good players. Where are the places where you got exposed, and what can you do to tighten that up? Even though it may be 4 or 5 weeks before you see somebody with as much talent, you still have got to be ready when that time comes.
Well, one of the things you hit on there, Matt, too, it's easy to be a good teammate and coachable when you're winning.
Absolutely.
And so you have that first loss of the season. How are people going to handle adversity? And in sports, there's no greater adversity than a loss. You'll have adversity in wins, but it's not the same as what we did was not successful. What are we going to do come Saturday? Are we going to circle the wagons, get stronger as a team, and come back and get better the next week? Or are we going to start picking apart each other? And that's one of the beauties of this coaching staff, having so much consistency and continuity. These guys have been through so many battles and so many wars that they know how to get the guys back together. And the neat thing, too, these players, these guys have been together. Even though there's a lot of sophomores, they've been in the Buhler system for a long time. And so I have no doubt that this group of young men will be stronger and be more unified next week and not just go to pieces like some teams would after their first loss of the season.
All right. Well, we'll move on to Towanda. Circle the Thunderbirds next Friday night. We'll come back and wrap things up right after this on the Rise Up Reno Locker Room Show on HKFM.
Next, we wrap up tonight's Rise Up Reno Locker Room Show with a final look at the Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. Join Aaron West and head coach Steve Warner for the Crusader Coaches Show, Monday nights at 6:30.
Rise and shine. It's daylight time and time to go to your happy place. School's back in session and mornings just got busier. Start the day right with fresh donuts from Daylight Donuts. Made from scratch daily at our 30th Street and Main Street locations in Hutchinson. Pack a dozen glazed for the teachers. You'll probably get an A. Or grab breakfast sandwiches and kolaches for the kids on the go. Beat the morning rush with online ordering at HutchinsonDaylightDonuts.com. Because great days start with great donuts. Daylight Donuts, fresh, hot, and ready, open at 5 a.m.
Got hail damage? Let Hutch Auto Body take it from here. Hutch Auto Body makes it easy with expert paintless dent repair, backed by a lifetime warranty. Locally owned, community focused, and committed to giving you first-class service from start to finish. When storms roll through, count on the shop that's here long after they're gone. Hutch Auto Body in downtown Hutchinson, where quality, service, and community come first.
Even trying to enjoy a fun event can be difficult after the loss of a loved one. Unanswered questions, feelings of stress and grief are only natural. As the owner and director of Inman Funeral Home, I bring over 25 years of experience bringing comfort and empathy during time of loss. Rely on me to guide you through all aspects of planning a funeral service with compassion, dignity, and respect. I'm Athena Johnson with Inman Funeral Home. Find me at inmanfh.com.
Mennonite Friendship Communities, you're at the heart of all we do.
One of the things I love most about working at Mennonite Friendship Communities is the sense of community we have here. The feeling you receive from the residents and the staff is one of caring and kindness. If you wish to enjoy the perks of a maintenance-free lifestyle in a supportive environment where you feel valued and cared for, please contact me, Susan Nisley, at Mennonite Friendship Communities to schedule a tour. Mennonite Friendship Communities, enhancing the quality of life.
Crusader football on HKFM.
All right, back here in our Rise Up Reno locker room show. We'll hopefully have some final stats before we get off the air. We can, Christopher, maybe run through some scores in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard.
Yeah, first we'll look around some of the area scores off the Ad Astra Sports Network and just here in this part of the state. Sterling pulls away from Inman 60-47. At one point in time, I believe that game was tied at 32 apiece. The last score we have out of the McPherson-Chanute game, McPherson running away from the Blue Comets 42-12. That was midway through the fourth quarter. Other scores from this part of the world, Mound Ridge picks up a win against Medicine Lodge 28-21. Out west, Kinsley 45s St. John 64-14, or got above that then. Cheney in the Battle of 54 defeats Garden Plain tonight 28-7. And Haven with a big win over Smoky Valley tonight, 38-6 in CKL action. The last score we have out of Hillsboro was Heston leading the Trojans 50-20. And Halstead thumping Nickerson tonight 49-3. Marion blowing out Bennington 60-6. And just continuing to try to get some of these scores from our part of the world. Again, Andale won by 40 tonight over Rose Hill, 53-13.
Wow.
And kind of a big upset. I know it's in a different classification, but in Class 1A, Conway Springs got demolished tonight by the Douglas Bulldogs, 44-3. And just within the history of that league, Douglas has kind of been a perennial whipping boy. And, of course, Conway Springs is one of those schools. It's like a little Andale. They win at everything. A lot of the same families. But Douglas with a shocking victory tonight.
Still run the spinner back there in Conway?
I don't know. You know, it's they love their single wing down there. Yeah. Last score we had at Alliance, Republic County was shutting out the Lions 24-0. And just kind of getting some other the rest of those scores are from not in our neck of the woods.
Oh, well, we can tell you that Aquinas won in 5A tonight, 42-21 over Blue Valley. Eisenhower beat Newton, 46-13. Derby over Salina South, 57-21.
Mac has gone final now. They pick up a 30-point win over Chanute, 42-12.
Valley Center beat May South, 35-14. Eudora in the 4A East, 24-14 over Spring Hill. Abilene won tonight. They're having a good start to the season. Beat Concordia 27-23. Mays dominates Hutch High, 56-19, the final there. So the Salthawks no longer undefeated. Southeast of Saline, 50-0 over Beloit. Rock Creek beat Bonner Springs 68-0 tonight. Cheney 28, Garden Plain 7. Labette County won over Pitt High 20-13. Andover beats Goddard in overtime 19-16. A final there.
One kind of random thing that happened, just an anomaly. Scott City against Hoisington, they were going to play on Saturday, but now they've canceled the game, and it's going to be determined to be a no contest. So that is not something that happens very often. Boxing, no contest happens. Court, it happens, but not in high school football.
Who was I talking to recently who's from Scott City? And, of course, when I was in high school at Wellington, we did not like Scott City.
Oh, they have been good at everything forever. I broadcast a playoff game one year. Garden Plain was undefeated. It was deep in the 3A playoffs, and they went out there and got beat like 55-0 by Scott City. Lots of good athletes there.
Andover Central beats Arc City. The Bulldogs no longer undefeated in 4A, 35-14. Dodge City over Wichita South, 27-8. And Ellenwood tonight beat Osawatomie, 21-0. Those are the other final scores in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. And we'll wrap things up tonight with our final fill-up of the night, brought to you by Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch. Every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66.
I know you're getting ready to mic up Andrew. I do have to give one positive thing in the world in a Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. Tonight, did you see the Royals score, Aaron?
I have
The Royals sent the Canadians packing tonight. They defeated the Blue Jays 20-1 tonight. What a game.
I'm going to take guff from my good friend in front of me here who's a huge Cardinals fan. Oh, by the way, his Cardinals aren't going to make the playoffs either. But for about the last 2 weeks, I've kind of stopped watching.
Oh.
Sometimes you know when it's over, right? When it's over, it's over. Andrew, give us some final stats. Take us home.
We're almost over here. Atherton, who got those blocked extra points? I saw Asher McConaughey get one, but Noah Hayes had one. Okay. All right, let's get this thing done tonight here, boys. 38-14, Great Bend takes this one. 340 total yards for Great Bend to 218 for Buhler. Buhler actually ran one more play in the game. 52 total plays, 51 for Great Bend. The Crusaders also had 13 first downs to Great Bend's 10. And 3 for 10 on third down was Buhler, and 4 for 11 were the Panthers. But 3 for 4 on fourth downs was Great Bend, and Buhler was just 1 for 5. Turnovers was a big part of this one, though. Buhler had 3. Great Bend just had the 1 interception. Then penalties, it seemed like there was a lot more penalties, but we had a ton of offsetting. Great Bend, three penalties for 35 yards, 3 that counted, I should say. And Buhler just had the 1 for 15 that counted. On the ground for Great Bend, Connor Holiday, 12 carries, 62 yards, 2 touchdowns. Daxon Minton, the quarterback, 14 carries for 30 yards and a touchdown. That was the only 2 rushers for the Panthers. That's 26 carries for 92 yards, 3.5 yards per carry. Buhler struggled on the ground, 37 carries as a team for 102 yards. Ben Klaus, 20 for just 73. No touchdowns for Ben. Is that right? Boy, I believe that's right. No touchdowns for Ben. The only 2 touchdowns were Landon Martinez. That is correct. I had to look at that twice. Max Harmony, 5 carries, 13 yards, and Asher McConaughey, 4 for 23. So just 102 yards for the team for the Crusaders. No touchdowns on the ground today for Buhler. Through the air, that's kind of the story of this one. Great Bend. Daxon Minton, 18 for 24. Heck of a percentage there. 238 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. He also had a receiving touchdown. That would have been from a pass by the leading receiver in the game, Cooper Omok. He had 14 receptions, 173 yards, most of that in the first half. He had just 1 receiving touchdown, but he had 1 passing as well. And then Ian Premer, 4 receptions for 63 yards and 1 touchdown. Asher Zachary, 7 for 14. He was 116 yards through the air, 1 touchdown and 1 pick. Ben Klaus threw another pick on a trick play for the Crusaders. Elena Martinez, a big game. We'll get more on that in just a second. He had 1 catch for 76 yards and a touchdown. Dylan Skripsik, 1 reception for 21. Jacob Miller had 1 reception for 7. Jackson Pratt, 1 for 3. Eli White, 1 for 8. So that makes Asher's 7 completions to 6 different guys. So Asher was spreading it around when he did have success through the air, but just 116 yards for Zachary. Now defensively, Jacob Miller had 9 tackles, 1 for a loss. Asher McConaughey, 7 tackles, 1 pass breakup, and then those 2 blocked extra points. Jackson Pratt, 6 tackles, 1 for a loss, 1 pass breakup. Lane Burkhart got in there on 5 tackles. Noah Hayes, 4 tackles, 2 for a loss, and 1 of those blocked extra points. McCade Zachary, 2 tackles, a pass breakup, and I saw him looking at his knee at the end of that. I hope he's okay. I tried to see the replay on the YouTube broadcast, and it was off the screen, so I did not see what happened to McCade, but let's hope and pray that he's all right. Dylan Skripsik, 4 tackles, 1 for a loss. Garrett Gleason, 3 tackles, 1 pass breakup. And then Landon Martinez, the guy I wanted to talk about just a little bit here. I hope that was our player of the game, Aaron.
He had the play of the game with the 80. Is it 89? What did you have?
I had 88 on his kick return.
Yeah, kick return.
So he had 1 interception for 34-yard return. He had 5 kick returns for a total of 173, including an 88-yard kick return for a touchdown. And he had the 1 receiving 76-yard touchdown. He had 4 tackles and 2 pass breakups. That's 283 all-purpose yards for Landon.
Yeah, no doubt. He's
a special kid. All of our touchdowns. So if nothing else, Great Ben's going to figure out who that sophomore is on the other side here. But 38-14 is your final. Great Ben takes this one. Landon stuffed the stats sheet again and got both of our touchdowns, had 283 all-purpose yards. I think that's going to be my stat of the day here. If you include 34 return yards on interception as all-purpose yards, I don't know. I don't remember seeing a guy get.
Yeah, why not?
Return yards on kicks, and his 2 punt returns he called for a catch on. So smart plays on both of those, but almost 300 yards by himself today, Landon Martinez, sophomore.
Good stuff, man. We'll see you next week in Towanda. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, that's going to wrap up our broadcast for this Friday night. Hope all of you have a fabulous weekend. Join us Monday, our Crusader Coaches Show, live from AJ Sports Grill inside the Alley at 6:30 with Coach Warner and players. And the next Friday night we'll be on the road at Circle against the T-Birds back in league play, 7 o'clock, 6:30 for the pregame here on HKFM. Hope all of you have a good weekend. For Matt Atherton, Chris Shank, and Andrew Epp, Aaron West. You've been listening to Crusader Football on HKFM. Have a pleasant good evening.